Mike, Spence and Crawford are fighting. Who wins?
Who's the king of the welterweights?
I think after seeing their fight, Porter and Crawford, I think you've got to lean towards Crawford now.
Sugar Ray with Spence and Crawford.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Everybody know who won that fight. His name was Errol Spence.
Okay.
Errol Spence, he'll be looking he'll get out of more than 6 rounds.
Crawford's a bad boy, but Spence, Spence is a pressure cooker, so if he can maintain with Crawford early, then he can make a good fight. But if he ain't on his game, they might be right.
Crawford reminds me of me, bro. So I'm pretty sure you know how I feel about that. Ain't nobody else gonna say that, but I'ma say it. The way he approached that shit, he don't see none of them guys. He don't care nothing about none of them guys.
Got him! Got him!
So what they do, YouTube? It's your boy King David in this thing, and I'll back at y'all again with another video. So before I get going on the video, man, y'all know what to do. Go ahead, hit the like button, and if you're new here, be sure to subscribe one time for you, boy. So we can continue to grow like we need to grow on this channel. You know what I mean? Alright, so y'all see what the title of the video is, man. A lot of mad Errol Spence fans out here, you know what I mean?
Got him! Got him!
Okay, so let's start at the beginning, right? So as you can see at the beginning of the video, the legends were asked who they thought would win in a fight between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr., right? And to no surprise, most of them picked Terence Crawford to beat Errol Spence Jr. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, you know. Not only is the more informed decision, if you actually know boxing, but at the same time, it's their opinion, right? You know, which is how most rational and logical thinking people would perceive it, right? But not Errol Spence fans. No, not Errol Spence fans. That makes too much sense. Not Errol Spence fans. Errol Spence fans interpret that as hate. You know what I mean? Errol Spence fans interpret guys having an opinion in regards to how they believe a fight is gonna go between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. They interpret it as hate. James Toney, Roy Jones Jr., Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard, they're all hating on Errol Spence Jr., right? that's how these dudes perceive this. And you know, this shit is absolutely ridiculous to me, man. Absolutely absurd and ridiculous to me all the way across the board. You know what I mean?
Opinion. He currently stands at 38 fights, 38 wins, 29 knockouts, a multiple weight division champion. Give it up from Omaha with love, Terence Bud Crawford.
How was it far-fetched to believe that Terence Crawford would beat Errol Spence Jr. when he's just a better boxer? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in every sense of the word, he's a better boxer than Errol Spence. You know, better technically, better offensively, better defensively. Got more tools in the toolbox, better counterpuncher, better pot shotter, better combination puncher, better fighting on the outside, better footwork. You know what I mean? We can go all the way down the list. Stronger. You know what I'm saying? And some people are going to disagree with that, but you know what I mean? Who tosses around Sean Porter? Sean Porter used to play football. You know what I mean? You know how strong you got to be to toss around a football player?
Crawford reminds me of me, bro.
You know what I mean? Somebody who used to play football like for real, man. That's all they do. All they do is try to run through you. How many of y'all have ever played basketball with a football player? You know what I mean? You almost guaranteed to get fouled and run over, and because all they know is to go forward. You know what I mean? Which is the very definition of Shawn Porter's style, but yet and still, Terence Crawford was able to completely push Shawn Porter around the ring. You know what I mean? So is Errol Spence gonna go in there and be stronger than Terence Crawford? I think not.
Got him! Got him!
But in addition to being stronger, Terence Crawford is also smarter. He's also the guy who's able to go in here and make adjustments on the fly. He's also the guy who doesn't fight the same way. He's also the guy who's able to disseminate the information in the opponent in front of him and react and respond accordingly. You know what I mean? So y'all should definitely understand where guys like Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Robinson, James Toney are coming from.
You know you'll get knocked up more than 6 rounds.
But a lot of Errol Spence fans are so delusional, so detached from reality, they just don't see how it's possible for anybody to pick Terence Bud Crawford over an Errol Spence Jr.
Mike, Spence and Crawford are fighting. Who wins?
And it's crazy to me, though. It's real crazy to me, man. Errol Spence, it's hating. All the legends is hating. Fuck them. That's what Errol Spence said, right? Fuck them. You know what I mean? This shit is just sad, really, bro. It's fuck them, really? It's fuck them? Because they picked Terence Crawford in a fight over you, it's fuck them? So people are not allowed to have an opinion when it comes to Errol Spence Jr., man? I mean, y'all, and don't take my word for it. Look at the little, I'm gonna put it up right here. Errol Spence said fuck them to the legends, right? They hating on me. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is in Errol Spence mind, and a lot of Errol Spence fanboys, they hating on me. The legends. Guys that got more money than me. Guys that have accomplished more in the sport of boxing than me. Guys that have absolutely nothing to prove in the ring and really don't have a dog in the fight. These guys are all hating on me. Really? Why? Why choose you? Why would you be the person that they need to hate on? What do you have that they don't have? So you mean to tell me you and your feelings that much, so much to the point where anybody who picks against you is fuck them? You know what I mean?
Who mans is this? Get him the fuck out of here.
That shit is weak as fuck, fam. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Because if you're secure in your ability to be able to do something, it wouldn't matter whether or not somebody believed you couldn't. Because you knew in your mind you could do it. So why Errol Spence reacting in the way that he reacted, it tells me he's not very sure of himself. It tells me he doesn't truly believe that he can win, because if he did, he wouldn't need to come out of his mouth and say fuck him. All he would have to do is show him. You know what I mean? The fuck him comment in my mind further proves that Errol Spence never wanted to fight Terence Crawford in the first place. That when it told Terence Crawford to get a belt first, when it told Terence Crawford he was on the other side of the street, when it told Terence Crawford 60-40, 70-30, when it told Terence Crawford Bob Arum, when it told Terence Crawford all these reasons why the fight couldn't happen, all he was doing is wishing, hoping, and praying that it couldn't. You know what I mean?
Opinion. He currently stands at 38 fights, 38 wins, 29 knockouts, a multiple weight division champion. Give it up from Omaha with love, Terence Bud Crawford.
I mean, honestly and truly, bro, it's one thing for you to say that I'm hating. But it's a completely different thing when you turn around and you say Mike Tyson is hating. Or when you say Sugar Ray Leonard is hating. Or when you say Roy Jones is hating. Or when you say Antonio Tarver's hating. It's a completely different thing when you bring up those Hall of Fame legends and you say that they're hating on a guy that they got more money than, on a guy that they've accomplished more than, on a guy that they're overall better fighter, if we really be honest then.
Got him.
You know what I'm saying? In Errol Spence Jr. You mean to tell me in your heart of hearts that you believe that these legends are hating on Errol Spence? I mean, y'all are funny, bro. Y'all are funny. Like, really, honestly and truly, man, y'all are funny, bro. The nerve to say that Mike Tyson is hating on Errol Spence Jr. Mike Tyson, really? Really? The youngest heavyweight world champion in history is hating on Errol Spence Jr. Really, y'all? This shit gets more and more absurd the more that I think about it, right? It really does.
If you do, you'll get knocked out more than 6 rounds.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. If this fight ever gets done, man, I think we're going to see a lot of sad Errol Spence fans. A lot of sad faces on the internet, right? There's going to be a lot of people that's going to delete their YouTube. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to go missing for a while. You know what I mean? Because, you know, for y'all to go as far as to say that the legends in boxing are hating on Errol Spence. I mean,
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
Man, sit your ass down.
I think boxing has hit a whole new low. It really has, man. It really, honestly, and truly has. But you know what, man? I'm going to go ahead and wrap the video right here, man. Let me know what you think, man. Do you think that the legends are hating on Errol Spence Jr.? Or do you agree with your boy King David? You know what I mean? That these fanboys are delusional as fuck. Let me know. Hit it up in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And everybody, and I do need everybody, be sure to hit that goddamn like button. But until next time, I'ma holla at y'all. Peace.
Get a belt.
Yeah.
He ain't did nothing in the welterweight today.
You
When he
haven't
get
did
a belt, when he
You
get a
haven't
belt,
did
you want to
You
go
haven't
over
did
there. Keith Thurman want to go over there. And now y'all want to say, oh, I ain't fought nobody. But I got a belt now, so
Okay.
why?
Okay. Sean Porter got a belt too.
So now
Sean
this-
Porter got a belt too. Sean Porter. So why I go to easy road and you not Sean Porter out? So why I go to easy road and you not Sean Porter out?
So why I go to easy road and you not Sean Porter out? So why I go to easy road and you not Sean Porter out?
Who mans is this? Get him the fuck out of here.
So what to do, family? I say what to do, family. What they do? Y'all know who it is. What they do? It's your boy King David in the building, man. What they do, man? It's been a little minute since I've been on the live. You know what I mean? It's been a little minute since I've been on the live, but what they do? You know what I mean? Let me make sure my sound is good. Let me make sure my sound is good. I don't know, but you know, I got a history of having fucked up sound. So let me make sure my sound is good. Hold on 1 second. Bear with your boy a minute. I'm coming. I'm coming. Okay, we good. What they do, family? Yeah, man. What they do, man? We here in the building, man. We gonna talk some boxing today, man. Salute to everybody out there, man. Salute to all the real boxing fans out there, man. What they do? You know what I'm saying? I see we already got people in the building, man. I see we got my guy AB in the motherfucking building. Salute to you, AB. Yes, sir. My guy AB in the building. My guy G Parker in the building. Some of my day one subs, man. Salute to y'all. G Parker, AB. Yes, sir. What they do? You know what I mean? My guy Tony Montana is in the motherfucking building. Salute to you. Hello to my little friend. Yes, sir. Terry Smooth Jr., the #1 troll in the United States, is also in the building. Salute to you, fam. You know what I mean? He already starting that trolling. I can already see you on that bullshit already. You know what I mean? Hey, y'all, if y'all new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And everybody, and I do mean everybody, be sure to hit that goddamn like button on your way in. And if you can't stay with us, hit it on the way out, goddamn. You know what I mean? But salute to everybody, man. You know what I mean? We're going to be talking some boxing today, man. You know what I mean? Y'all see what the title of this live is, man. We really going to be, we really going to be dissecting. You know what I mean? Going to be dissecting on this one, man, because, a lot going on, with these Errol Spence fans out here. So we're going to have to talk about that. We're going to have to talk about the fight, whether it will happen, whether it won't happen. I mean, it's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about today, man. You know what I mean? But before we even get started with that, man, let me make sure that I thank each and every one of y'all, man. All my supporters out there, man. All my supporters out there, man. Big shout out to y'all. Big thank you to y'all. The pages, we finally hit 1,000 subscribers, man, maybe like a month ago, fam. You know what I mean? We hit 1,000 subscribers about a month ago, man. Salute to y'all, bro, because y'all been showing your boy a lot of love. Y'all been hitting that like button. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been subscribing. I appreciate y'all, man. We hit 1,000 subs. We had like 1,500 subs now, bro. You know what I mean? I've been meaning to do this for a while, but you know how shit go. You know what I'm saying? Life get the best of you and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I want to take time to make sure I thank y'all properly for supporting the channel. You know what I mean? For hitting the like button, for subscribing, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do something special for the whole 1,000 subs thing. I ain't got everything all the way ready just yet. We're going to do something special for y'all, man. All my day one supporters and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be coming soon. Look forward to the announcements for that. But again, I just wanted to thank y'all properly for supporting the channel. You know what I mean? Hitting the like button, allowing the channel to continue to grow like it needs to grow. You know what I mean? So all that out the way. You know what I mean? Let's go on here. Let's keep it moving. Let's move on to the topic at hand. You know what I mean? Let's move on to the topic at hand. And the topic at hand is, will Bud Crawford get credit for beating Errol Spence? You know what I mean? Very legitimate question. Very legitimate question. Very, very legitimate question. You know what I mean? But before that, let me read some of these comments, man. Let me read some of these comments. My guy AB say they make the fight. They make the fight. They beat Crawford if they hating. You know what I mean? Absolutely. You know what I mean? G Parker say what to do. Okay. AB say the fight will never happen. You know what I mean? Look, bro, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the fight gonna happen at this point, but honestly, nothing would surprise me at this particular point in time, fam. Nothing would surprise me. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? My guy AB says easy road sprints. Yep, that sounds about right. You know what I mean? That sounds like a good name for him. You know what I mean? Tony Montana says yes. After how bad he beat Ugas, he looked like an old / prime ESJ. He better get credit unless people retarded. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I hope that's the case. I hope that he does get full credit. You know what I'm saying? But I just know better, man. I just know better. And we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it, Toby. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into it. Terry Small Drinky says, question is, will Spence get credit for beating a damn lightweight? Oh my goodness. Here we go with Terry Small Jr. You know what I'm saying? I'll go on record before I even start this live. If Errol Spence manages to beat Terence Crawford, he gets full credit for me. I say that point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it, the difference between Bud fans and Errol fans is Bud fans don't sit there and try to like diminish Errol Spence's resume. We don't sit there and try to just say his resume is trash. Like we don't say shit like that. A lot of Errol Spence fans, y'all say shit like that, but we don't say shit like that. We're not coming out of our mouths intentionally trying to disparage Errol Spence. We don't do that. If anything, what we do is we defend Terence Crawford in his resume by comparing it to Errol Spence's resume because it's comparable. Because a lot of Errol Spence fans like to come out their mouth and they like to say Bud's resume is trash. But at the end of the day is if you're going to call Bud's resume trash, then Earl's resume has to be hot garbage. You know what I mean? You can't sit there and out of one breath say Bud's resume is trash when Earl's resume is worse than Bud's resume. So, we just got to keep it all. You know what I'm saying? I like to even out the smoke. If you're going to sit there and say Bud resume trash, then you shouldn't have no problem hearing that Earl resume is trash. That's always been my argument. You know, I done had dudes come at me talking about, oh, well, you talking about, I can't believe you trying to take credit away from these fighters that Errol has fought, or this fighter that Errol has fought, or this fighter, whatever. It ain't that I'm trying to disparage his resume. What I'm trying to do is paint the parallel for you. I'm trying to paint the picture for you. Because if you're going to say that Bud's resume is trash, then we got to sit here and we got to say Errol resume trash. Because at the end of the day, both their resumes are even at 147 pounds. A lot of the dudes in welterweight, they haven't fought each other. So how are we really going to compare them? You know what I mean? So that's always been my argument. You know what I mean? Always. You know, Toby says, yes, of course, how good TBC look has been beating everybody. Absolutely. Unless people just talking. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? You know, but before we do that, because I'm going to go right into it. Before we do that, though, I got a poll right now popping off. I got 14 votes. I got 50% of everybody that say Bud is going to get credit for beating Errol Spence Jr., right? And I got 50% of people saying Bud is not going to get credit for beating Errol Spence Jr. You know what I mean? So the thing about it is, it should be unanimous. It should be a unanimous 100%, right? If we don't know, like the people who know the boxing climate, like it should be a unanimous 100%. Like we should be able to say without a shadow of a doubt, Bud is going to get credit for beating Errol Spence. Should he beat Errol Spence? Like we should be able to say that definitively, but we can't. We can't say that. Why? Because of all the slander and all the things that Errol Spence fans like to come on the internet and say about Terence Bud Crawford and his resume. You know what I mean? So that's literally what we're going through. Terry Smith Jr. over here. Let me see what he's talking about. He says Errol beat 4 welterweight champs. No, he beat 5. How many welterweight champs did Bud beat? Here we go with the bullshit. See what I'm saying? Dudes like Terry Smith Jr., super trolls out here, are going to be the one trying to take credit away from Terence Bud Crawford at the end of the day. At the end of the day, who's beaten more unbeaten fighters? Bud Crawford. Who has more championship fights? Bud Crawford. You know what I mean? Errol Spence's 2 best fighters on his resume, Sean Porter and Kell Brook, Bud beat him faster, knocked him out faster, beat him more convincingly than Errol Spence Jr. So what is we really talking about here when we comparing welterweight resumes? You know what I mean? What is we really talking about here? You know what I mean? But you know, Terry on that trolling shit. We already know what time it is with Terry Smith Jr. My guy C's in the building. Salute to you, C's. He say Spence record against undefeated champions is 0-0-0. Absolutely, man. Spence has fought 0 undefeated champions. And I like how a lot of these niggas like to say, Terence fought Bud, Terence fought Earl's leftovers, you know what I'm saying? And Sean Porter and Kell Brook. But nigga, both Kell Brook and Sean Porter are leftovers from Keith Thurman and Triple G. You know what I mean? And these are Earl's best wins on his resume. You know? I done heard one nigga come out his mouth and say, no matter how you slice it, you're going to lose this battle. You know what I mean? If you're trying to compare resumes or what it is that you're trying to do when it comes to Bud and Errol Spence Jr. But these are the type of conversations that people have that lead me to believe that Bud ain't going to get the credit that he deserves after he beats an Errol Spence Jr. You know what I mean? Let's keep going with the comment section. Larnell says, I almost thought you was Randy Moss talking. I wish I was Randy Moss, had that Randy Moss money, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? But nah, bro, ain't Randy Moss. Toby Montana says, I say ESJ resume better than Terence Bud Crawford. And why would you say that though, Toby? Why would you say his resume better? Like, who does he? And this is why I always ask Errol Spence fans. I know you're not an Errol Spence fan, but this is why I always ask Errol Spence fans. Why would you say his resume? Who has Errol Spence fought on his resume that would make him, that would give him a better resume than Terence Bud Crawford? Because even when you talk about Eudenis Ugas, right? Sean Porter beat Eudenis Ugas. Bud Crawford stopped Sean Porter. You know what I mean? So what is we really talking about here where dudes like to bring up these wins that Errol Spence got? And I'm not knocking the wins at all. I'm not saying that they're not good wins. That's where motherfuckers get confused and they like to come out their mouth and say, oh, he hating on Errol. I ain't hating on Errol, nigga. I'm just speaking facts at the end of the day. If you giving Errol all this credit for beating Eudenis Ugas, But Sean Porter beat Eugenio Ugas. Like, what is we really doing here? You know what I mean? Terry Small Drinking say, Bud resume full of Uber drivers and ballroom bouncers. Here you go, trolling this shit again, man. We already know what time it is. Toby Montana says, Randy Ma, y'all funny as hell. Boy, y'all boy crazy out here, man. Y'all crazy. Nah, I'm a fan of both. I hear you, Toby. You know what I mean? Toby say you a fan of both. I hear you. Terence Crawford. My guy Sleep with one eye open is in the building. Salute to you, Sleep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute to you, man. You know what I mean? Lamel Marion says, Terence Crawford. Yes, sir. Toby Montana says, I was on my phone. MB. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm going to drop the link soon, bro. This ain't going to be a long talking live of me. I'm going to drop the link real soon. So if anybody want to come through and rock with your boy, you're more than welcome to come through, rock with your boy. You know what I mean? I see we got 17 people in here. I'm going to need everybody to go ahead and hit that like button one time for your boy. You know what I'm saying? We got 13 likes. Y'all hit that like button one time for your boy, and we're going to continue to keep cooking out here. You know what I mean? But let's get down and dirty into the topic, man. Let's get down and dirty into the topic, man. Again, bro, like I was saying earlier, a lot of you niggas like to take credit away from Bud Crawford, a lot of his victories, bro. A lot of you niggas like to do that regularly in order to disparage his resume and talk shit about the people that he's fought or haven't fought and this sort of thing. I even heard one nigga say that Bud didn't even fight Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Like Bud didn't want to fight Danny Garcia. Not realizing that nigga Bud Crawford chased Danny Garcia all the way from 140 to 147. You know what I mean? You know, but back to the main topic, Bud don't get the credit that he deserves for beating the guys that he beat. So how the fuck is he supposed to get credit for beating Errol Spence when he beat Errol Spence? You know what I mean? And I'm assuming that he gonna beat Errol Spence because I know he gonna beat Errol Spence. You know, we're not even gonna talk about the if he gonna beat Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? We can say that for another live. I'm assuming he gonna beat Errol Spence. But again, if he's not getting the credit for beating the guys that he's already beat on his resume, what makes niggas think that he's gonna get the credit for beating Errol Spence Jr.? I'm just really trying to figure it out. I mean, who has more undefeated fighters on their resume than Terence Bud Crawford? But he don't get credit for that. Who has more world championship fights on his resume than Terence Bud Crawford? But he don't get credit for that. Bud Crawford has went up 3 weight classes, right? Errol Spence has been in 1 weight class, but he don't get credit for that. You know what I mean? Bud Crawford went undisputed at 140 pounds, but he don't get credit for that. Who's been in with more Olympians? I mean, Olympic gold medalists, silver medalists. Bud Crawford, but he don't get credit for that. All these different accolades that Bud Crawford has accrued up till now, but he don't get credit for those things. So how is it that we feel like he gonna get credit for beating Errol Spence Jr.? I'm just trying to figure it out. What separates Errol Spence Jr. from Julius Ndongo? Really? You know what I'm saying? Like, really? Like, I get that Errol Spence is a better fighter. We're not talking about that. I get that Errol Spence has beat better competition. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the fact that Errol Spence is a unified champion. Julius Ndongo was a unified champion. What's the difference? Is he really going to get the credit for beating Errol Spence when he didn't get any credit for beating Julius Ndongo, a dude that achieved virtually the same sort of things that Errol Spence achieved? I mean, I'm really trying to figure this out. I'm really trying to figure it out. My guy C says 2 + 2 does not equal 4 to Spence fans. Just being real. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. My guy Larnell Marion says Crawford is a sniper, hit you with something out of nowhere. Absolutely, man. He a sharpshooter. He a sharpshooter, man. All them punches and bunches that Earl like to throw. You know what I'm saying? All them little punches and bunches Earl like to throw. It's gonna be he gonna be shooting himself in the foot with all them damn punches. Because Bud is gonna be able to stick them little punches in between them shots Earl throwing and really hurt that man. You know what I mean? He gonna really hurt that man. A lot of niggas don't understand. He gonna really hurt that man. You know what I mean? Terry Spoon Drinking says, Bud ducked Mikey Garcia at 140. Oh my God, Terry, what in the fuck? He ducked Bud ducked Mikey Garcia at 140 pounds and Broner at 135 and is ducking Earl at 147, is gonna duck Jamel at 154. I've never heard so much slander in my life, Terry. I've never heard so much slander in my life. Slanderous, you know what I mean? Mikey Garcia ran far, far, far away from Bud Crawford at 140 pounds. Adrian Broner, as much as I love Adrian Broner, the nigga wanted no parts of a Terence Bud Crawford at 135 pounds or 140 pounds. You know what I'm saying? And then Earl at 147, I mean, come on, bro. I mean, I got video after video after video after video proving Errol Spence was ducking Terence Bud Crawford. I mean, do we need to really go back over this shit? You know what I mean? I know you know better, Terry, but for the sake of the people that's listening, let's go on and address what it is that you're talking about, right? Now, we're going to talk about the get a belt first. In the easy route, right? In the 60-40, 70-30, whatever I get. And all these little puss-ass reasons that Errol Spence gave why he couldn't get in the ring with Terence Bud Crawford. You know what I mean? And you want to tell me Earl was ducking at 147 pounds? Come on, Terry. And then to duck Jamel at 154, first of all, you can't duck somebody in a whole nother weight class, right? But second of all, we know Bud Crawford is calling out Jermell Charlo, and we know Jermell Charlo has been saying everything about Bud Crawford except let's fight. You know what I mean? Everything but let's fight, you know? So that's the story right there. That's the story, Terry. I don't know what the hell it is you're talking about right now. But as usual, you on that bullshit. Josh Taylor was undisputed at 140. Makes no difference. Isn't Josh Taylor known as the man at 140 right now? I mean, he pretty much lost to Catterall. You know what I'm saying? I don't get what point you're trying to make with that, Terry. You know what I mean? Larnell says they going off of bigger names. Absolutely, man. And that's the thing. I mentioned this in some other lives. The fact of the matter is, dudes confuse bigger name with talent. You know what I mean? You can have a big name and be a shit boxer. I mean, look at Jake Paul right now. You know what I mean? Jake Paul, need I say it? Jake Paul got the biggest name in boxing right now, fam. Who got a bigger name than Jake Paul other than maybe Canelo? You know what I'm saying? Other than that, maybe Floyd Mayweather. Who got a bigger name than Jake Paul? But if Jake Paul got in the ring with anybody and they beat Jake Paul, would that be a credible win? No. You know, a lot of these niggas don't know how to tell the difference between big name and credible opponent. Two completely different things. You know what I mean? Terrence Moore Jr. says Earl went to the Olympics, did Bud. He wasn't good enough. First of all, Earl didn't even qualify. He didn't even get no medal. Did Earl get a medal, Terry? Did Earl get a medal while he was at the Olympics? Or was he just on the Olympic team? So the nigga lost before he even got in the real tournament. You know what I mean? Nigga ain't placed in the top 3. You know what I'm saying? So what we giving him credit for? But you know who did get an Olympic gold medal? Yuriorkis Gamboa. He got an Olympic gold medal. Bud beat him. You know who else got a medal? Amir Khan. Amir Khan got a silver medal. Bud beat him. You know who else got a gold medal? Felix Diaz got a gold medal. Bud beat him. Now, how many Olympians has Errol Spence beat now, Terry? That's what I need. Those are the questions I need you to answer. You know what I mean? Those are the questions I need you to answer. Hold on, let's go back. Hold on. Damn, I lost my place where I was at. Okay. My guy Sleep with One Out, but says people overlook Bud's career. Has three division champion, undisputed champion, undefeated 2-time lineal champion, WBO 147 champion, fighter of the year, Hall of Fame fighter. Absolutely, man. They already putting Bud Crawford's hands. They already like submitting or claying his hands up for the Hall of Fame. They already telling this man, bro, you're gonna be in the Hall of Fame, bro. You hear you just need to retire. Once you retire, you in the Hall of Fame. You feel me? They already telling this man he in the Hall of Fame. He ain't even retired yet. You know what I mean? Terrence Moore Jr. says Bud beat Ricky Burns at 135, but didn't want to fight Broner. Stop it. Stop it. Broner didn't want no parts of no damn Terence Crawford, Terry. You already know troll mode is on 1,000 right now. You know what I mean? Terry says Bud fans didn't graduate high school. I can see now. Terry, what in the hell? Oh my goodness gracious. Here we go. Here we go with the trolling. Here we go. C's in the building, man. C says Earl got embarrassed in the Olympics. Absolutely, man. Dude ain't do shit in the Olympics, man. Just like he ain't gonna do shit in the ring with Bud Crawford. Did he get a medal? You know what I'm saying? You know, smart Errol Spence fans don't even bring up the fact that Earl was an Olympian. Smart ones, because they understand that by bringing them up, we're gonna talk about what the results were in the Olympics. The fact that the nigga didn't even place top 3 in the Olympics. You know what I mean? Got beat up in the Olympics. You know what I mean? If we really want to go there, if you really want to talk about Olympics, you know what I mean? Larnell Marion says, right, Bud, patient, and we'll catch you. Absolutely, man. He patient. He takes his time. He bides his time. You know what I mean? Waits. He's a good counterpuncher. You know, great counterpuncher, should I say? Great counterpuncher. Bide his times. Catch you up in those exchanges. You know what I mean? If he ain't comfortable, he'll get up out of there. He got legs to be able to get up out of there. You know what I mean? Bring it back to the middle of the ring whenever he need to bring it back to the middle of the ring. You know what I mean? He got the IQ to be able to pot shot you. You know what I mean? Back it up, counterpunch you, throw combinations and spots when he need to do that. You know what I mean? But Crawford is just, man, come on, bro. Like, again, I don't see how Errol Spence is gonna. That's why I'm making a video already, right? Like, this live is, will Bud get credit after he beats Errol Spence Jr.? Because I'm 100% convinced that Bud Crawford beats Errol Spence. You know what I mean? Unless Bud twists his ankle or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Or something crazy happens in the fight, Bud Crawford is going to beat Errol Spence Jr. if the fight gets made, because we know that's a whole nother issue, right? We know that's a whole nother thing. We know negotiations is going crazy right now with the low balling and all the other little shit they got going on, you know what I mean? So will he get credit, you know what I mean, after he beats Errol Spence Jr.? But other than that, will the fight happen, you know, in the first place? My guy Carlos Williams is in the building. He says he will get credit. Spence is ranked high as a welterweight and pound for pound. Okay, but Gamboa was also pound for pound when he fought Gamboa. But Bud doesn't get credit for beating Gamboa. See what I'm saying? Gamboa was an undefeated Olympic gold medalist, 3-weight division champion, and Bud doesn't get credit for beating him. So how are we so convinced right now that he's going to get credit for beating an Errol Spence Jr.? Bud beat a Ricky Burns, another 3-weight world champion. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if he was undefeated at the time. I'm not sure. But he was a 3-weight world champion. Went over to England to beat him. And Bud doesn't get credit for beating Ricky Burns. So how are we so convinced he's going to get credit for beating Errol Spence Jr.? You know what I mean? I hope that that's the case, but I'm not convinced, man. I'm not convinced. All the bullshit going on, I'm not convinced he gets the credit. I'm not. My guy Mike Montoya is in the building. Salute to you, Mike Montoya. He says Earl hasn't beat a real champion. He really hasn't, bro. I'm not gonna say. To me, the Sean Porter win is Errol Spence's best win by far. I'll put it like that. Sean Porter is a 2-time welterweight champion. You know what I mean? Sean Porter, if you look at Sean Porter's resume, he has some good guys on his resume, like a Devon Alexander. You know what I mean? He's beat some guys. You know, he's beat some guys. And Earl beat him. So I can give Earl some props for beating Sean Porter. You know what I mean? But Kell Brook, a little iffy. You know what I mean? Danny Garcia, very iffy. Mikey Garcia, very iffy. You know? Lamont Peterson was a good champion, but he was at the end of his road when he fought Errol Spence Jr. Also, he was a natural 140-pounder. Danny Garcia, another 140-pounder. So, you know, you just look at Errol Spence's wins in his resume, you're going to find a lot of asterisks. You know, you're going to find a lot of things that ain't really the best look. Going to be some question marks at the end of a lot of those wins, in my opinion. You know what I mean? My guy Sleeping One Alpha says they all ducked Bud. Yeah, they did, bro. Danny Garcia ducked Bud. Mikey Garcia ducked Bud. Adrian Broner ducked Bud. They all ducked Bud. They all knew what time it was from the very beginning. A lot of people don't know this, but Mikey Garcia was one of the ones who recommended Bud to actually even get signed with Top Rank. Top Rank went out and recruited Bud Crawford because of a recommendation from Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia knew what time it was with a Bud Crawford early on. He knew not to fuck with Bud Crawford from jump. He said, look, Bud, this is all I can do for you. I'm not going to fight you, but this is all I'm going to do for you. I'm going to set you up with Bob and Top Rank. They going to sign you because I'm not about to fight you. You know what I mean? And that's what ask Mikey Garcia about a fight with Bud Crawford and see what it say. If we got any journalists in the building, ask Mikey Garcia about a fight with Bud Crawford and see what he say. It ain't going to be no less fight. I guarantee he going to say everything but let's fight. You know? Toby Montana says, hey, Bud, I salute you, but I think ESJ resume slightly better than Bud's due to Ugas. Hold on. Let me go down here. Let me scroll down and see. Due to Ugas, who beat Pac on short notice, and Garcia, who beat undefeated Easter in Lipinets. Okay, but undefeated Lipinets in Easter was at 135 pounds. You know what I mean? See, nobody got a problem with the Mikey Garcia win. What we got a problem with is the fact that he moved up 2 weight classes to fight Errol Spence Jr. That's what we got a problem with. You fighting the lightweight. If Mikey Garcia was a welterweight, if he had even moved up the right way, right, had a few fights at 147, you know, if he had gotten acclimated to that weight, maybe we would be talking a different talk about Mikey Garcia in that win, you know. But Mikey Garcia moved up from 135 all the way up to 147 in order to fight Errol Spence Jr. So that's why that win's not looked at too favorably. You know? And then when you talk about Eudenis Ugas, I ain't got no problem with Eudenis Ugas as a win. Right? But Sean Porter beat Eudenis Ugas, and Bud Crawford stopped Sean Porter. You know? So Bud beat the guy that beat the guy that Earl just fought. You know? So with that in mind, how's Errol Spence's resume better? I'm just trying to figure out. Toby Montana says, yeah, I got TBC beating everybody that ducked him, including ESJ. Absolutely, man. 100%. My guy C's in the building says, C says, we all know he will run to Boots once Bud stops Earl. Yeah, bro. Yeah. He will. Sleep with One Apple says facts. Mike Montoya says, Earl has not beat a real champ. He really hasn't, bro. I give him credit for Sean. If you want to give him Ugas, I'm not mad at that either. Ugas been holding down that WBA championship belt for a little while now, the regular belt. He's been holding it down for a while now. If you want to give him Ugas, I'm not mad at Ugas. But again, Ugas lost to Sean Porter, who Bud stopped. You know what I mean? See, says, that's one of the things I love about Bud. He ducked literally no smoke. He believes in himself 1,000%. And honestly, as boxing fans, we should give fighters more credit for that. That's why Bud will always be much higher on my list than guys like Canelo Alvarez. That's why Bud will always be much higher on my list than Errol Spence Jr. That's why I got guys like Bud. Guys that want to fight everybody are always going to be higher on my pound for pound list. They're always going to be more credible fighters than guys who duck, dodge, maneuver, and look for favorable matchups. You know what I mean? Always. Point blank, period. Larnell says, facts. Toby Montana says, maybe the loss will make him a whole nother monster, and that's scary, you know. As far as Errol Spence Jr., maybe after he loses to Bud Crawford, he goes on a rampage and he starts destroying everybody else he gets in the ring with. Because honestly and truly, where does Errol Spence go after he loses to Bud Crawford? Does he still move up to 154? Does he sit down and fight guys like Boots? You know what I mean? Does he fight guys like Boots? you know, because it's going to take a win like that to put him back in that conversation, you know. That's going to be real interesting to see what happens. Arnell says, and he's garbage. Oh, man. For real. Jake Paul. Absolutely, man. Yeah, man. Jake Paul got the biggest name in boxing right now, bro. But you telling me if somebody beat Jake Paul, that means they the best boxer? You know what I mean? See, you say boxers got big facts. Absolutely, man. Terry Smooth here. Terry Smooth says Deontay name bigger than Jake Paul. Okay, you can give him fine. I mean, you can't think of maybe like 2 or 3 other people that got a bigger name than Jake Paul, bro. Canelo, okay. Wilder, okay. Maybe you could say Fury, you know, Canelo. I mean, it ain't too many. And it's debatable at that because one of Jake Paul pay-per-views did over 1 million pay-per-view buys. I mean, I can't think of nobody in boxing right now doing over 1 million pay-per-view buys, not even Canelo. Canelo ain't doing no 1 million pay-per-views since he fought Mayweather. You know, and those are just facts. So Jake Paul is up there as far as name recognition. But again, are the skills there? If Hakeem Rahman Jr. right now beat Jake Paul, will he be known as the best heavyweight or the best cruiserweight? Hell no. And that's how dudes got to start looking at it. Like, big name don't mean credible opponent. Big name don't mean credible opposition. Big name don't mean you're the best. Big name just mean big name. You can get a big name by going on Instagram and doing pickup videos. You know what I'm saying? Talking to girls and shit. You can get a big name. You can get a big name by doing stunts online. You know what I mean? You can get a big name by doing that. It don't mean you the best boxer, though. It don't mean you belong on a pound for pound list. It don't believe none of those things. You know what I mean? So us boxing men, we got to make that distinction constantly. Okay, you got a big name, but that don't mean shit. You know? Tony Montana says, I didn't know Jake Paul was that known. Absolutely, man. Jake Paul got a big ass name out here on these streets, bro. Jake Paul did over 1 million pay-per-view buys, bro. This shit is crazy. Terry Smooth says, Tank name bigger than Jake Paul. I don't know about that, fam. Again, Jake Paul did over 1 million pay-per-view buys. Give me the pay-per-view that Tank did over 1 million pay-per-view buys. You know? Jake Paul last pay-per-view, I think, did 400 or maybe 500,000 pay-per-view buys. The last one, where he fought Woodley. That did about 500,000 pay-per-view buys, fam. Tank ain't doing them type of numbers. Tank do 200,000 at best. Tank pay-per-view when he fought what's the name? Before he fought Rolly, I think it was Isaac Cruz. That shit flopped. That shit did under 100,000 pay-per-view buys. You know what I mean? So Tank ain't about that life. He ain't bigger than no Jake Paul. Sure ain't. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Linnell says, at Toby, good assessment. You know what I mean? Mike Montoya says, Ugas got a fight with Pac, then Pac got a gifted the WBA strap. You're not wrong about that. But I say all this to say this, man. Back on point real quick. I say all this to say this, right? At the end of the day, for me, I bring up this topic, right? Because again, a lot of Errol Spence fans and a lot of Errol Spence fanboys do not like giving credit to Bud Crawford for the accomplishments that he has thus far. Bud Crawford has the most Olympic gold medalists or Olympians on his resume, right? Bud Crawford has more undefeated fighters on his resume. Bud Crawford has more accolades than anyone else right now at welterweight. Bud Crawford has just done more at this particular point in time. So my thing is, if he's not being acknowledged for his resume now, if people are right now talking about his resume is trash, I don't get how that changes with a win over an Errol Spence Jr. I don't see him getting the credit that he deserves for beating the Errol Spence Jr. If he ain't getting credit now. You know what I mean? If you want to sit here and tell me that Kell Brook had one eye when he fought Bud Crawford now, okay? Kell Brook, the guy who beat Sean Porter, undefeated Sean Porter, right? If you want to say he one-eyed Kell Brook when he fought Bud Crawford, how is he going to get credit for me? Doesn't Errol Spence have one eye, y'all? If I'm not mistaken, don't Errol Spence got one eye? If you're saying Kell Brook got one eye, what's to stop you from saying Errol Spence ain't got one eye? Because didn't he hurt his eye in sparring, if I'm not mistaken? I mean, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. If you're saying Sean Porter is washed, right? Then what's to stop you from saying Errol Spence is washed? Okay, Errol Spence is undefeated. But what's to stop you from saying that, though? Errol Spence done been in a car accident, all these good things. Come on, man. I refuse to believe that the excuses are going to stop after Bud Crawford beats Errol Spence Jr. I just refuse to believe it. You know what I mean? But let me drop this link, man. Anybody that's trying to come up on here and cook, man, you more than welcome to come through. See what y'all talking about, man. There go the link, y'all. There go the link, man. But y'all see what we dealing with here, man. Hey, we got 22 people in here, man. Everybody else, man, I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like button one time for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Be sure to do that. Hit that like button one time for your boy. We continue to grow out here, you know what I mean? Let me look at the poll right now. Right now on the poll, man, I got 31 votes. And the question is, do you think Terence Bud Crawford would get credit for beating Errol Spence Jr.? I got 48% that says yes. And I got 52% of y'all that say no. You know what I mean? Somebody else just voted. So now I got 53% that says no and 47% of y'all that say yes. That's sad, y'all. That's sad that we even got to have this conversation. The fact that we even got to think this way. That just goes to show you how delusional a lot of Errol Spence fans are. Well, you can't even give credit where credit is due. You can't even respect the accolades and the resume that Bud Crawford got at this point. If you can't do it at this point, why am I supposed to believe that you're going to do it after Errol Spence Jr.? You know? Third Eye Explosion say Spence fans will come up with another excuse. Yeah, I just want to hear what the excuse is. It going to be the car accident? Like, y'all going to talk about the eye? Like, what y'all going to talk about? Oh, Earl didn't have a good day? Like, what are y'all going to say? Earl was past his prime. He's too old. Like, what y'all going to say? Because Bud is older. I'm just trying to figure it out. I know it's going to be something. I just know it is based on the history. Based on the history. Oh, Sean, I heard one nigga say Sean Porter was a broadcaster. Nigga, what? Sean Porter was been broadcasting for the last, 5-6 years now. The nigga was broadcasting when he fought Errol Spence. So you mean to tell me it hurt him when he broadcast with Errol Spence, but it doesn't hurt him when he broadcast with Terence Crawford? I heard one nigga say Sean Porter said he was going to retire before that. Derrick James said this shit, if I'm not mistaken. Derrick James said this bullshit. Derrick James say, oh, Sean Porter said before the fight that he was going to retire when he fought Bud Crawford. Right? But you're missing the fact that Sean Porter said that Errol Spence was going to be his last fight before he retired. There is video evidence of Sean Porter saying prior to the Errol Spence fight that he was going to retire after the Errol Spence fight, win, lose, or draw. And he ended up taking the Bud Crawford fight after that. He was like, he got motivated again to take another fight. And that's why he took the Bud Crawford fight. So if you're going to use the excuse that, oh, he said he was going to retire before he fought Bud Crawford, the nigga said he was going to retire before he fought Errol Spence too. But again, these are a lot of the excuses that a lot of these niggas like to use over and over and over again in order to degrade and diminish Bud Crawford's resume at 147 pounds. So if you're doing this shit now, bro, if you're doing this shit now, you expect me to believe that after he beats Errol Spence Jr., it's going to be different? After he beats Errol Spence, it's supposed to be different, but you're doing this shit right now. You telling me right now, Kell Brook got a broken eye, he's past his prime, and he's washed. You telling me right now that Sean Porter was a broadcaster. All these different little excuses y'all like to come up with. You know what I mean? But let me read some of these comments. Let me see what y'all talking about. I'll drop that link one time for y'all too, man. I dropped it already. I'm going to drop it again. Anybody want to come on and rock with your boy? You're more than welcome to come on and rock with your boy. Let me see where we at. So my guy, the Jimba, is here in the building. Salute to you, the Jimba. He said Mikey Garcia moved up one weight class. He beat Robert Easter at 140 pounds. Okay, that was his first and only fight at 140, and then he moved it to 147. Okay, does that make him a legitimate 140 pounder, considering he moved up to fight Robert Easter, who was really right? The Jimba, if we really want to say, Mikey Garcia is Robert Easter was a 135 pounder who moved up to 140, right? So he fought a 135 pounder at 140. So he didn't even get in the ring with a real 140 pounder. The Jimbo, you know what I mean? He didn't even get in the ring with a real 140 pounder, but he moved up to 147 to fight a natural 147 pounder in Errol Spence Jr. So we supposed to give Earl credit for that, you know what I mean? But I hear where you're going, though. I hear where you're going. Toby Montana says, I understand Porter beat Ugas, but I'm looking at Ugas destroying Pac and also short notice, and he beat him on short notice. That's huge. So the thing about the Pac win is, I mean, we know Pac was in his 40s when he fought Ugas. We know he was. And I'm not trying to like take credit away from the Pac win, because I think the Pac win is a good symbolic win to get. I think when we look at Pacquiao at the time, this was a Pacquiao who hadn't fought in 2 years, hadn't fought since Keith Thurman. This was a Pacquiao who hadn't fought in 2 years. This is a Pacquiao over the age of 40 versus a Eudenis Ugas who was very active at the time. You know what I mean? I think when you look at that situation, it just that in itself takes away from it. You know, would Sean Porter have beaten the Pacquiao at that time? I believe so. I believe Sean Porter would have beat Pacquiao as well. I believe most of the top welterweights would have beat Pacquiao as well. So although beating Pacquiao was a good symbolic victory, looking at the overall scope of things, it just wasn't that great of a win for Eudenis Ugas. And if we really want to go ahead and get down to the fundamentals of it, Pacquiao wasn't even a champion at the time that they fought, you know? So it wasn't even like he beat the champion. Remember, Pacquiao had gotten stripped of the WBA title, right? Recently. So Ugas was the champion. Pacquiao, I believe, was the champion emeritus, but they took it away. So although that's a big win, it's more of a symbolic win, though, Toby. It's more of a symbolic win. You know, that Pacquiao win, anybody at welterweight, any top welterweight would have beat Pacquiao. You know? So Bud beating Ugas, right? That beat Pacquiao, that Earl beat, is a bigger win. Make sure I say this shit right. I feel like I fucked it up. Bud beating Sean Porter, who beat Ugas, is a bigger win than Ugas beating Pacquiao. You know what I mean? And then Bud stopped Sean, which is something that Errol Spence couldn't do. So that makes his win bigger than Errol Spence's win. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm coming from with it. You know what I mean? Sleep One Alpha says, Shushu said he was sparring Bud and touched his body and it felt like steel. Earl body shots not gonna work. he gonna honestly, bro. One thing about when you go to the body is it makes you very, 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 very open to counter shots. Very, very open to counter shots. Bud is an elite counter puncher, right? Ugas is a good counter puncher too. That's why Ugas was catching Earl early in that fight, right? When you aim for the body, when you go for the body, it makes you very susceptible to counter punches. So he's just gonna have a real tough time in there with Bud Crawford, man. I don't see him winning. A lot of y'all niggas see him winning. I don't see him winning, bro. Point blank, period. Terrence Moore Jr. says Earl beat 3 champions in a division. Bud didn't. He beat 3 champions. Okay, let's name the 3 champions he beat. Sean Porter, who Bud also beat, right? You know what I mean? Stopped him. You know what I mean? Kell Brook, who Bud also beat, stopped him. You know what I'm saying? Quicker than Earl. You know what I mean? He beat Udenis Ugas, who Bud beat Sean Porter, who beat Udenis Ugas, right? So them 3 championship fights that Earl had at welterweight, although they're good, it still doesn't trump what Bud Crawford did, right? And then when you go down the list, Bud Crawford has more championship level wins than Errol Spence overall. See what I'm saying? See, when you say Earl beat 3 champions in a division, Bud didn't, in a division, that's technically a lie because Bud has more championship wins than Errol Spence. So Bud beat more champions than Errol Spence altogether if we really want to start counting. You know what I mean? If we really want to start counting, Terry. Sleeper One Albert says, Bud is a 3-division undisputed champion and 2 lineal champions. Earl can't match that, bro. Laugh my ass off. Absolutely. Bud fans are worse than Manny and Canelo fans. Are you tripping? Y'all Earl fans are way worse, Terry. Way worse. Terry Spoon Jr. says, Bud fans are worse than Trump supporters. Oh, my God. Terry always got to go way left with his fucking bullshit, bro. The shit always got to go way left, bro. You know what I'm saying? Always. Ain't no in between with Terry. This shit always got to go. It's either on track or way left. You know? God damn. See, say, maybe that's because Errol was on his easy route to get those 3 belts from guys who already lost. Duh. It's not rocket science, fam. Absolutely, man. On the easy route, bro. The easy route consisted of the easiest possible fights that he can get. But I had one dude comment this on another video that I was doing. He say, Earl easy route wasn't that easy because he had a tough time with Sean Porter. Earl had a tough time with Sean Porter, so the easy route wasn't even all that damn easy. Why don't I go knock Sean Porter out? But you almost lost to Sean Porter, though, Earl. So the easy route wasn't even all that damn easy. You know what I mean? Terrence Mo Jr. says, Bud fans are the reason why boxing is in the state it's in. It's a shit show. If it's a shit show, it's because of Errol Spence fans all day. You know what I mean? Sleep with One Eye Open says, Earl fans are casual, and that's why most of them don't even know how much Bud has accomplished more than Spence. Absolutely, man. Most of them are casual. Most of them take these bullshit ass talking points from some of these channels, these Errol Spence fanboy channels, you know what I'm saying? You know, and they just run with them shits. You know, they take them as law without doing no type of fact checking, you know, without doing any fact checking. I mean, the most basic fact, it's not hard to look on BoxRec and see how many world champions one fighter has been in versus how many world champions another fighter has been in. I mean, it literally takes 2 minutes. I mean, how lazy do you have to be to not want to take 2 seconds out of your day and verify whether or not one person has fought more world champions than another? You know? But you know, these dudes, you know, they some of them even know what the hell they talking about. They just say the opposite. Like Terry. Terry know better than all that bullshit he talking about. He know better. Terry know boxing. But still, it's funny for him to say all this bullshit. You know what I mean? He has fun with it. See, he says, bro, all you do is discredit everything Bud does, and none of his fans are bad. This world is sad, man. Look, man, don't even pay Terry Smo Jr. no attention. He on that bullshit. He just trolling. You know what I'm saying? He trolling. Bud couldn't even sell 200,000 pay-per-view buys. What they got to do with anything, Terry? What they got to do with anything? Yeah, but he definitely, though, Terry definitely does, though, represent the ideals of your average Errol Spence fanboy. You know what I mean? Like the shit that Terry's saying, even though Terry don't mean none of the bullshit he talking about, the shit that Terry's saying is shit that I get every day in my comment section from Errol Spence fans. Every day. You know what I'm saying? You know, every day. Which I got a video coming tomorrow that's gonna really hurt a lot of Errol Spence fans, boys. It's really gonna hurt their feelings. But in any case, Terry is saying what a lot of them say on a day-to-day. You know, so I actually like that he come on here and he say those shit. Because a lot of these Errol Spence fans, they won't come over here. They know what time it is over here. Bud's so good, he can't sell out a family dinner. Here we go with this bullshit. Here we go. Why the biggest fight in boxing? You sound like a fanboy to me. So why is this the biggest fight in boxing? Yeah, absolutely. Facts. You know, and that's a good point, man, to all the dudes who always say that. If Bud can't sell out a family dinner, why you want to see him in the ring with Errol Spence so bad? I mean, you don't know him. I mean, you shouldn't know him. If he sells that little, you shouldn't know him. So why you want to see him in the ring with Errol Spence so bad? I don't get it. What was Bud's numbers? Here we go, Terry with the bullshit. See, he said, I'm gonna keep defending Bud, so you might want to put another 5 on me. Yeah. Bud fans are worse than crack meth heads. Oh Lord, here we go with this stupid ass shit, boy. My guy, this is Rob in the building. Salute to you. This is Rob. Yes, sir. Salute to you, fam. You know what I mean? My guy, Lightspeed in the building. Salute, Lightspeed. Yes, sir. My guy in the motherfucking building. Salute to my guy, Lightspeed, man. Yes, sir. See who else done came in the building. My guy, Arthur. Arthur Carter in the building. Salute to you, Arthur. Yes, sir. My guy, Duff I Am here in the building. I hit the like button. But Bud is about to rock all Earl fans to sleep. Facts. 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 Let me keep going down this. Hey, man, I dropped the link, bro. So if anybody trying to come on here and rock, bro, I see everybody trying to rock out in the comment section, man. Everybody trying to rock out in the comment section, but you know, y'all free to come up here and rock, man. I dropped that link for you. I got that link there for you. And let me keep going down these comment sections. See, say hit the like. Salute to you, C's. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, fam. My guy Sleep with One Eye Open says, Bud made more money than Earl his whole career. Spence fans be capping about this. Absolutely. Bud got a higher net worth. He makes more per fight. When Errol Spence fans start talking about money, I just laugh, bro. Because a lot of it is just bullshit. Earl guarantee for Ugas was $1.5 million, fam. Earl's guarantee for Ugas was $1.5 million, y'all. $1.5 million. But he supposed to be the big fish, right? He supposed to be the big fish. Why don't let him go up to Canelo and say, we're going to give you a guarantee of $1.5 million. I wonder what Canelo would say. Let him go up to Floyd Mayweather and say, we're going to give you a guarantee of $1.5 million. Hell, let him even go up to Jake Paul and say, we're going to give you a guarantee of $1.5 million. And watch what Jake Paul say. Come on, y'all. The big fish ain't that damn big, y'all. The big fish ain't that big. Bud make more money per fight and has a higher net worth than Errol Spence. Spence fans will come up with another excuse. These are facts. These are facts. Third eye explosion. Salute to you, fam. Salute to you. This is Rob. Yes, sir. Salute to you. This is Rob. Tony Montana says, oh, I thought the link was to a vid. I'm on PC right now. Can't join. Don't got a mic. You should have a mic built into the PC. You can come through if you want, bro. I mean, it is what it is. If y'all want to come through, you can come through. If you don't, you don't. It's cool. You know what I mean? Yeah, but the link is to join, bro. So if anybody trying to come on, rock with your boy, feel free to come on and rock with your boy, man. Feel free to come on and rock with your boy, man. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence fans are bad for boxing, man. Honestly. Facts. Bad for boxing. Some of these niggas are so delusional. You know what I mean? Some of these niggas are so delusional. It hurts. You know what I mean? So delusional. Lightspeed says all of the above. Absolutely, man. This is Raw. What it do, G? Let me look at the poll. Let me see what the poll talking about right now. Anything changed on the poll? So right now, I got 42 votes. The question is, do you think Terence Crawford will get credit for beating Errol Spence? 52% of everybody says yes, and 48% of everybody says no. All right, so the tides have shifted. So more people are saying yes than no right now. You know what I mean? But to the people that say yes right now, the people that say he is going to get credit, right? To the people that say he is going to get credit, how do you figure he's going to get credit now? How do you figure he's going to get credit after Earl when he's not getting credit now for beating these guys? Is what I want to know. If he's not getting credit for Kell Brook and Sean Porter, you know what I mean? And Jeff Horn, who also beat Manny Pacquiao, right? Because I forget who it was. I think it was Tony Montana. I think you brought up the fact that Ugas beat Pacquiao, right? But so did Jeff Horn. But but Bud don't get credit for that. He don't get credit for that. 3-weight divisions, undisputed champion. He don't get credit for that. So how is he supposed to get credit for it? Errol Spence Jr. I'm just trying to figure this out. But we got a guest that done joined us here in the building, man. My guy, Lightspeed. Salute to you, Lightspeed. What's on your mind, fam? And thanks for coming on, man.
Hey, salute, man. I just had to show some love to King David, Boxer Die. Man, just salute to you. Shout out to all the good work you're putting out there, man.
Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you, man. So yeah, bro. What's your thoughts on everything I've been saying, man? You got anything you want to add? What do you think about it?
Oh no, you've been cooking. I've been enjoying what you're saying. And in terms of the poll, I'm surprised it's that close. But I mean, I guess that just shows the audience and who's listening. But no, Bud ain't getting no damn credit. And and I think the other way around. I mean, if Spence were to win, would he get credit from Bud fans? Probably more so than Spence fans would give Bud credit. But I think that just kind of happens when people's favorite fighter lose. But no, hell no. The way they don't give Bud no respect, and for me, it's like it's delusional because I don't really believe them. I don't even think they believe it. I think they scared to watch the film. They scared to watch the tapes. They know what that boy Bud can do, and they be running scared from what they know gonna happen if that fight happens.
Facts.
I mean, that's why I get into the whole Coach Malachi be talking about it. What does he say? He says, was it cognitive dissonance?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When people start reaching and you got to say things like for instance, all these conversations we have about, oh, Bud ain't fought nobody. Most of the time that comes up because, you know what I mean? Or when we say Spence ain't fought nobody, that's usually a response to when they say, oh, but Bud ain't fought nobody. Bud ain't did nothing. It's like all these things that they say that ain't got nothing to do with boxing, nothing to do with his style, nothing to do with what he's accomplished. It's just magical. They just reach for whatever they can say, and it just don't hold no weight. And then I'll end here because I don't want to run my mouth too much. Then they'll talk trash in the comment section, but never want to call in. And I see that on all these different platforms because I just really think, man, y'all be airing all the smoke out the room, and most of the time, man, these fanatics ain't got no response for what y'all saying. So, yeah, man, keep cooking them.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Okay. We got somebody new that just joined us in the building. C's, man. What's going on with you, fam?
What's up, King David? What's up, Lightspeed?
What up?
What's good? What's good, fam?
Chilling. Yeah, to touch up on that, man. That's exactly how they are, bro. And that's one thing I noticed about them. Like, they'll act like this in the comment section. Every single time they call in, they're a whole completely different person. You know why? Because they know what they're saying is ridiculous. They know it. It's just the truth, bro. I've seen it time and time again. I don't think I've seen one person, Errol Spence fan that's acting like the bull acting in the comments right now and called in and kept that same energy. They don't, because they know what they're saying is retarded, man. Like, and what you're doing is so stupid they don't even realize it. You're diminishing everything Bud does. So okay, if they do fight, and if Errol can win that fight, it's not a big win from what you're saying, right? Because Bud hasn't beat nobody. He has a trash resume. He ain't shit. So if Errol do beat him, It's not and from y'all logic, it's not a big win. So what y'all saying is really y'all really digging y'all own self in the hole. You know what I'm saying? But it's really all fear at the end of the day, because their love for this man. It's their love for him. Because boxing is getting a lot more fans than people think. Boxing is actually in a much better place right now. It's bringing more casuals, but the casuals got, you know how it is when you because I was the same way too, but not as extreme like these guys. But I had my love for my certain fighter. You know what I'm saying? Where I was looking back on it now, I'm like, all right, I was a little fanboy.
Yep, me too. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's like over time, as you become a boxing fan, over the years, or you getting into it, you realize that shit is retarded, fanboying like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah.
all it is with them. It's just young boxing fans, either young age or just getting into the boxing. So their love for the fighter is overshadowing everything. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
Some of these
I
niggas
know,
though
but
are professional jumpers though. They'll jump from one fighter to the next. They'll be like, oh well, like right now, I feel like when Earl lose, I feel like the next wave gonna be Boots.
It's Boots.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you gonna find Boots now. You're gonna be hearing all kind of shit like that out here on the internet.
Yeah. They got him on deck already.
They already got him on deck. They got him on deck already. I've said this for the longest, bro. I've said this for the longest.
And then they turned into Bud haters, but they don't even realize they Bud haters, and they don't even know why they hate Bud. That's the funny part. Like they hate Bud because you would think, okay, if Spence was out the picture, maybe they would give Bud some credit, but they already can't do that because they already listened to all the narratives that was, put out there by the Alphabet Boys. And so they got a low key hate for Bud.
Yeah, that's definitely a major part of it, because we all know race plays it's factor in everything in life. You know what I'm saying? Right. But those big channels, they have to, like those Alphabet Boys you're saying, they're making money off of Bud's name. You know what I'm saying? That's why the big reason they're trashing them. But they gotta stop that. You know what I'm saying? But they're not gonna stop because they're making money off of it. So I'm not really gonna criticize them too much. It's because it's a business for them. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't like it, but that's how they're making their money.
It definitely like it caters to the casuals. I feel like that's what this whole wave is. This whole, like, I gotta throw Mayweather's name out there in the picture. But that's what I feel like this whole new wave of boxing is. Like, when I think about the promoters and what they're looking at, even though they won't say it like that, I feel like they're looking at this new wave of how do we make, boxing more entertaining? And how do we appeal to the casuals? But they're not, it doesn't seem like they're really caring about the integrity of the sport. It's like it seems like it's really focused on the bottom line.
It's mainly PBC, because everybody does, all promotions do their in-house fights. You know what I'm saying? Every promotion does that. It's not just PBC. Every promotion does that. But you got to give us the fight. You got to give us fights that you want to see. At least DAZN be giving us, the fights we want to, big fights. You know what I'm saying? It might not be the fight we really want to see, but they'll give us big fights. Top Rank will give us the fights we want to see. It's PBC, bro. They're the ones who are not there. They keep doing the same Mario Barrios, Thurman shit like that, and you gotta stop that, bro. It's killing boxing. Like, they gotta at least give us this Bud and Spence fight, bro. I beg of y'all, PBC, man.
Do y'all think it's gonna happen?
I don't know anymore, bro. I just don't, because it's like Earl. I don't know. He just don't seem like the energy is. It's hard to sense it with him, because it's like, when look at the build up. They never built it up as far as like when Spence from the Brook fight. Let's get past the Brook fight. Let's say the Porter fight and Danny and Ugas. It was like he was scared to really like say anything about this man. It's like, bro, you're only gonna help build the fight. I just don't think that. I think they didn't want that fight, to be honest with you. That's what it was. They were hoping to get Canelo to take that deal for Spence, and they cash Spence out at 164. Because come on, bro, who thinks he could beat Canelo at that weight?
Sleep
Like,
with one
let's
eye
be
open.
real.
Spence fought a real 147 pounder, but he only the soon as he fought a real 147 pounder, Sean Porter, he won by a split decision, and that was
Split
arguably
decision.
losing the fight. Facts. Yeah, bro. Go ahead. What you were
Life
saying,
and
man?
death.
Steve.
Like, I was a huge Spence fan. Like when I was watching the Kell Brook fight, bro, I was bitching watching that fight, bro, because I was a huge fan of Spence at the time. I'm like, shit, bro. Like, Kell Brook was giving him hell in that joint, and I was scared this man was gonna lose that joint. But Spence, Spence is a great fight. I'm a Bud fan. Like, I'm a huge Bud fan, and I still like Earl. It's just I've been turned off from the shit he's been doing. You know what I'm saying? Ever since that face-off, that's when I stopped becoming a huge fan of him. I got turned off, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought he was really that dude. I'm like, damn, he want the smoke. Like, I found somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's like Bud. That's ain't gonna duck no work, and he coming. Seen him go overseas to fight Cowboy, even though he came down for 160 off of that jump. It was still a tough fight, is how I thought. But I thought his eye would give out. But that was a hard fight for Spence. That was a hard fight. And if you watch the early rounds, Kell Brook was taking away that man jab. He was taking it away. But what Spence did, he used his physicality. And he kept going in and grabbing him by the arms or the back of the head and just throwing in them body shots and quick shots up top to the head. Spence is very great at using his physical ability at 147, but the way he fights, I don't see it translating up in weight classes. I do not at all. I'm telling you, mark my words, it will not happen.
He'll get knocked out. That's what'll happen.
That's why I'm like PBC. If y'all don't make this Bud fight, y'all are hurting Errol Spence's career. Like, it's no shame in losing to a Bud Crawford. There is zero shame in that, bro. No shame at all. You know what I'm saying? And he could possibly win. Who knows? I don't see it, but
I don't think they see that.
What else is he gonna do?
I think it's what you said. They're trying to save his career by preventing that fight.
Yeah, but what else is he gonna do? That's what I'm saying. What else is Spence gonna do? Go to 154? He gonna lose.
No,
I'm being real, bro. His skills does not translate to. He's not a weight class guy like a Crawford or Canelo. He can't move up multiple weight classes the way he fights. I'm telling you.
I actually feel like that's the only reason why they entertaining the fight. I honestly feel like Earl backed into a corner at the moment, honestly, because he got boots right there. Got boots. He got. You know, he's already said he don't want to fight Keith Thurman. A lot of dudes like to bring Keith Thurman into the picture. Oh, he could fight Keith Thurman. Earl already said he ain't fighting Keith Thurman. So Keith Thurman ain't no option, right? You go up to 154, you got Jermell, but then you got other dudes that's around the division that would give Earl hell like Fondora and these dudes coming out. Like, these dudes are a real problem for somebody who fights the way Errol Spence fight.
Yeah, you know, he's not going to be able to grab the back of it, Fondora head.
Right.
You're not going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a real problem.
I'm not taking away from Earl. He's still a hell of a fighter. You know what I'm saying? I still rank him as elite, but I think he's getting more credit than he deserves, to be real with you. He's beat 0 undefeated champions. They got him ranked. Mostly every pound for pound got him ranked. Credible pound for pound has him ranked in the top 5.
That is crazy to me, by the way. That is crazy.
I always said that. I'm like, damn, this man is being overrated. So
absolutely bad. Psychopath. How? What? Dude hasn't moved
higher than Jamel Charlo, bro.
For real. Thank you, Steve. I don't get how. I don't even get how. I feel like Devin Haney had a harder path to undisputed than Errol Spence. How was he in the top 5? Bro, somebody need to really break that down to me. Was it Danny? Was it Ugas? Who put him in the top 5?
Me too, bro. I've been saying
no. Yeah, I was gonna say no comment. He ain't on my top 5. He ain't on my top 5, but still no comment.
I feel like Earl lucky to make top 7 or even 8.
He's lucky to make top 7. I agree with you 1,000%, bro. They're overhyping that man. because
I heard some dudes
glamour
say he's pound for pound number 2. I done heard some channels that I respect. I done heard channels I respect say he's pound for pound number 2, and I always lose my shit every time I hear it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Pound for pound number 2? How? Somebody gonna have to explain that to me.
This man don't even got a. How do you have 3 belts and you don't even have the lineal title? That means you're not fighting the best. That's what that means. It's absurd, bro. Better to be real, better BF should be ranked higher than Earl from these niggas' logic. He's beat undefeated champions in his division, and he's the lineal champion. In this first unification, he got the lineal against Volsdick.
So then why is he so overhyped? Why is people and the media want to see him so great?
I think it's the glamour. It's just because of the division that he's in, and not that. Only that. It's because of the fans that he has. Because he had the amount of fans he has. They want to. I guess they want to keep him up there like that. I guess. I don't know, bro. Because I don't.
You think that's that's partly of what PBC, like their promotion and what they're doing for.
Oh, definitely. It's definitely part of
PBC. They have him at 3 pound for pound. And I'm like, wow, that is crazy. That's
dude
crazy.
hasn't moved up not one weight class.
Not one. Actually, to be real, bro, he moved down.
Down. Even worse.
Down.
Couldn't hack it at 154 and came down.
Yeah, PBC got this model on lock, man. I'm scared of them, man.
Scared
of them.
I may need to believe anything, boy.
Because so then
green print what that Floyd brought over. He's the one who fucked over boxing. The retiring undefeated. I think it would have been better for boxing if Floyd took at least 1 loss. Because this shit is just fucked up, man. They fucked the sport up, bro. Because
I think so. They're not. But here's the thing. They not done yet. They trying to go full speed ahead with this shit. I don't think why would they try to stop here? That's why I hope I seen Rock knock Jake Paul out.
I don't know. I hope he don't take no dive, bro, because he should be Jake Paul, but I don't know, bro. When
I watched him fight, I don't know. Rockman, bro, he is just
it's tough.
His stamina he has no stamina, and the man, oh man,
it's tough. Yeah, they pick him for a reason, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
I think he's gonna lose that fight, bro. I'm sorry, I think he is. I think Rockman gonna lose.
Yeah, they study who they gonna put him in the ring.
Oh, you know they is, bro.
They do their research.
Showtime trying to get their money back from all the losses they took. Maybe they still trying to recover from the Wilder losses they took. I don't know.
And they got a rehydration clause in there for Rockman too. He can't rehydrate more than 10 pounds.
Yeah, he a heavyweight. Right. This is the biggest dude that Jake Paul will have fought, no doubt. But the boy Rockman, his stamina is not there. He be gassed after a round or two. Gassed. Real shit, bro.
Terence Crawford Jr. say, why didn't Keith beat Pac-Man if he a top tier welterweight? Really, Terry? If he a top tier, first of all, that was 2 years before Terry. That was 2 years before he fought Ugas. You know what I mean? And then that's a 2 years of him being inactive. If he is a top 10 welterweight, I don't even understand your question, Terry. I don't even know what you're talking about. But go ahead, what y'all saying? My bad.
Yeah, back to what Kay was saying about PBC, Spence, and their energy. I feel like this. A lot of people want to blame, they would love to blame PBC 100% for, Spence not taking the fight. And some of the fans, I can't believe this. They're okay. They actually say they're okay with Spence not fighting a Crawford and unifying the belts, even though that was his whole thing from the beginning.
Oh, more than okay.
But
they hoping that that's the case.
They hoping, but like you said earlier, back against the wall. Like, you can't say that for all these years. You can't say that, you the big fish, you're gonna unify the belts, and all that. And you had your plan, and Crawford was last, and now you okay with not having that fight. I feel like his whole legacy rides on this. To me, I know I
agree with you 1,000%.
I know the fanatics all day, you know, the fanatics, they're gonna create whatever scenario. They're gonna forget he ever said he wanted to unify the belts. But for the real fans, we don't forget shit like that. Like, bro, your name is mud if you don't fight Bud.
Oh, he has to, bro. His pay-per-views have been going. This is why I think I still have optimism that this fight is going to happen. Is because Errol Spence pay-per-views have been getting worse and worse by each fight. Yep. And why is that? Because the level of competition. That's why. It's plain and simple, bro. It's not hard to see. Like, the man is not fighting who people want him to fight, and it's Crawford. It's plain and simple. You put two guys in there that people want to see. The pay-per-views are gonna go up extremely. And we know that. I feel like I don't know. I can see this joint doing over 1 million buys. I'm not gonna say that for sure, but I really feel it can and it will if it happens. I feel it will at least do 700,000 or more. Yeah. I truly believe that, because when you give the fight fans a fight that they want to see, bro, a fight like this, especially like Spence and Crawford, bro. Oh man, bro, there's no way it's gonna fail, bro. It's no way. It's just not possible. I don't see it, bro. I don't see it failing.
Salute to my guy D Young in the building, man. Salute to my guy Tony Ramsey in the building. D Ray Promotions. Salute to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for stopping on through, man. My guy Larnell, Marion, okay. Star Platinum, salute to you, fam. Coming through, man. Go ahead with y'all saying. My bad.
No, Spence said it's gonna happen by the end of the year, right? So we should be seeing the fight by November, right?
I've been hearing a lot of December. I don't fucking know. I just pray, bro.
If I say any month or date, I'm trolling. I can't. If I say a year, I'm trolling. If I say it's happening in 2022, I'm trolling. In 2023, I'm trolling. Like, they ain't giving us no. I don't believe Spence energy. I don't believe PBC energy. I don't believe all this hearing Mayweather and all his rants. I don't believe none of that.
But Lightspeed, you gotta think too. Like, a lot of people forget that PBC was on Bounce TV just 5-6 years ago. They were on Bounce TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, y'all. Like, their deal with fight is about to expire, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They have to make this fucking fight. They have to, man. Like, they're gonna kill themselves if they don't get this done, bro.
Yep.
I'm telling you.
Facts. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run.
Bounce TV, bro. If this shit don't happen, watch.
Is you gonna fight Bud or you gonna fight Boots? I mean, what you about to do? And
the
even
walls
Boots,
are closing in.
But Boots is the definition of a low reward, high risk fight, right?
Yep. But all right, let's say he don't fight Bud. What other fight will get Errol Spence paid?
Niggas are gonna say Thurman, but not really. You know what I'm saying? That Thurman ain't gonna get him paid like that. But he already said he ain't fighting Thurman. That's the thing that a lot of dudes don't. When they bring up Thurman, they forget Errol said, I ain't never fighting him. So if Errol fought Thurman, again, he would be going against his word, right?
Yeah, you're right.
It would be the antithesis to the plan, right? Because the plan would click all his bills on his side of the street, didn't fight Bud Crawford, but now he fighting Keith Thurman. Nah, that's gonna look real bad on Errol Spence.
It's already bad. Bud then left his own promotion, bro. He can't all of that side of the street shit, and he pulled up on your block. Like, come on, bro. I love that nigga, Bud, bro. He's a real ass nigga, bro.
There's nothing he can say. He's fought everyone you fought in the last year or 2 years. He's fought
besides Danny and Mikey. Come on.
Well, yeah, true. Right.
And Ugas. Okay, Ugas.
Right. This man is renting space in his head. There's no way. There's nothing you can even say about. That's why when people try to say, "Oh, there was that one time where Bud was like, oh, I did everything, so if the fight don't happen." I get what people are saying. Like, he as a business move, he shouldn't have said that. He should have stuck with what he did and been consistent over the years. But still, even with that one strike, when I look at everything he's done over the years, I can't fault that man for much in regards to making this fight. That's what I mean. Like, these Spence fans or the fanatics, they be out of their mind. Like, what do you have to say? Your boy is looking sloppy for like 3 years straight.
Facts, Lightspeed. I had one Errol Spence fan tell me, what has Bud done to try to make the fight with Errol? I said, what? Let me see. He got a belt. But Earl told him to get a belt. What he said the side of the street was a problem. Bud eliminated the side of the street. What has Earl done to try to make the fight with Bud Crawford?
That's why I said 2 plus 2 does not equal 4 with these dudes, man.
Right. We'll see.
Don't.
60-40. You know what I'm saying? 70-30.
Right.
You know what I mean? Come on, man. Like these dudes are
all of that to backtrack and say, "Oh, I was joking. I was joking."
Ah,
you
yeah.
Serious? You serious, bro?
When did I say that? I said that. When did I say that?
When did I say that? Come on, Earl. We. It's all well documented, bro. Don't put your foot in your mouth, bro. Come on, man. Like you talking to motherfuckers. We love this sport, bro, and we follow all of this shit. It's all well documented, bro. You making yourself look like a fool. If you don't fight Crawford, bro, you're gonna make yourself look like a clown. Because at the end of the day, if this fight don't happen, you know who I'm gonna blame? I'm not just gonna blame PBC. I'm gonna blame Earl. That's who I'm gonna fucking blame. You know why? Because at the end of the day, if a fighter wants to fight, that shit gonna happen. Errol Spence can straight up go to Al or whoever or PBC and tell him, listen, if you don't get me this Bud fight, if this don't get done, I'm not fighting again. Period. That's what Earl needs to say.
Yeah.
That's his biggest payday, bro. And there's no shame if you lose that fight. There's no shame if you lose that fight, bro.
Yeah, they don't get that.
Get
they
that
don't get that excuse no more where they get to say, "Oh, it was the promoters and it was the paperwork."
Nah, we ain't hearing that.
Boxers have energy. Champions have energy, and even if your promotion is getting in the way, then the public should know as a champion what you want to do, and it be clear. So one more example, like the and this is something I think Magmar brought up when I was on the show the other night. But that example of when Tank Davis was getting interviewed by I'm forgetting the guy's name, but either way, with Tank Davis when he said, "Oh, well, truthfully, I haven't asked to fight anybody." That is one of the most like we should posterize that statement because that's what PBC is producing. Like, when's the last time you heard a champion of that caliber say that they haven't thought about fighting the best?
That's the PBC green print, Floyd's green print for him, but they don't realize that it's capping their ceiling. They're never going to get the money that Floyd, even 25% of what Floyd ever got. You know what I'm saying? They're capping themselves off, but they're comfortable because they know they're going to fight low risk and get high rewards for it. That's why they're cool with it because they know the chances of taking a loss is severely diminished.
Yeah, but now I feel like they're getting soft, and I feel like real talk.
Yeah, it takes away. Somebody said that yesterday. It takes away from their their confidence and they're fucking taking the dog out of them. Like, and I agree with that so much.
You don't got no more grit, and that's funny thing. I feel like sadly to say, I feel like with Spence, man, I don't even know if he got how much he got left of that dog energy, but I feel like Tank had it, but I feel like they stripping him.
If we fight, it's going to be either 70-30, 80-20. What was that?
Man, I was when I said
posturing or what was that?
When did I say
that? You know, that was.
Yeah, I said it on my girl Instagram, but I was playing. Hey, man, nobody taking no 80-20, 70-30. Yeah, I was playing. I was like, because I was like, it's gonna be 60-40, and I was like, yeah, he keep playing crazy. It'll be 70-30 or 80-20. But yeah, I was playing. Like, I was serious about that, man.
You be having great
can't take jokes.
You
gotta take a back seat and take that 64.
Yo, that man looking goofy as hell.
That dude be rolling, bro. He stay talking himself into a motherfucking contradiction, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
It's just crazy, man.
And Errol Spence fans be like, when did Earl tell a lie? He said he was gonna do exactly what he said he was gonna do. Well, actually, the nigga said that he needed Bud to get a belt first. Bud got the belt, and he never fought him. Oh, he didn't say when. What? See, these niggas be crazy when they be trying to
Man. Oh man,
it's sad. It's sad, man. It really is, bro. Had Earl said out his mouth when they met up in the backstage joint, if he would have just straight up said, like, look, Earl, but I'm gonna go just get these 3 belts and I'm gonna come for you last. If had he would have said it with some confidence, you know what I'm saying? Maybe this would be a different story. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can't come at Earl too much. But the way he was saying it was just like, bro, you scary, bro. You don't really want that fight. You don't really want that fight, bro.
Also, too, like, just stick to one reason why. Like, if you would have said, "Yo, I just want to collect all the belts," and after that, I'll fight. I'll fight Terence Crawford. I want to save him for last. If he would have just said that, like, if it would have just been that, I don't think niggas would have had a problem like how we do.
Right.
But it's always turned into something new every single time. Like, oh, I gotta get a belt first. Oh, he got to take a 60-40, 70-30 split. Oh, now I got to take the easy route first. What? I want to collect my belts.
Being an Errol Spence fan, bro. That's it right there, bro. It's just excuse after excuse. And I seen him. He had crazy goon energy for everybody else. Hopped in the ring with Sean Porter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All this goon energy for Danny Garcia. Goon energy for Kell Brook. All guys who lost, bro. You know what I'm saying? Guys who he felt confident he was going to win those fights. You know what I'm saying? He didn't think he was going to be in a split decision with Sean Porter. I think that took away a lot of his confidence. Right.
And the way he saw Bud stop Sean Porter, I feel like that took all the wind out of his sails.
Oh, did you see his face? Why would that make Earl upset though? You would think about that. Why would you be upset that Bud? Well, all right, I get you upset because he got a better performance than you and he got to stop him. But you should be happy because you got that huge payday, career payday with Bud coming up. You know what I'm saying? If anything, should have been happy.
Earl, like, this about to be my last payday. I'm gonna try to get the most amount of money I can get because I already know after this is gonna be my retirement fight.
It don't have to be though. He could lose that fight and come right back.
Yeah, but that's how these dudes think, man. They feel like they're gonna lose the marketability and they're not gonna be able to generate. And they're right. They're right to a certain degree. You know what I mean? But you can rebuild. You know what I mean? I feel like it's way worse to your reputation to, do all these other fights instead of a Bud fight. You know what I mean? Than it is to just do the Bud fight, lose, and then just rebuild.
I kind of agree. I agree. Especially if it's a great fight. If it's a great fight, I think he could easily rebuild from it.
Yeah, absolutely. It will be a good fight.
He's gotta just man up and get this shit done because it's not gonna look good on him, bro. It's just either way, you just gotta man up, bro. You gotta man
It's
up
like a long walk. He's doing that. You know the what's that before? Like if you get the death penalty, death sentence, they got that like the long mile. Is that what they call it?
Oh, the
what?
You talking about like walk of shame? You talking about?
I don't know what it's called, but it's like something like that.
Death row or something, or
exactly. He's like on his it's a cold walk. He got a long walk. Like you gotta think about it in the space. Like you went all these years. You was the big fish. You was talking like the big dog all these years. Man down, strap season, all that. You know what I'm saying? And then here come Bud upsetting the apple cart. You know what I mean? He got a lot of he got to eat his words. And then I feel like, man, they hear people talking. So he know it's all eyes on him.
Yeah, them dudes see all of this. They see everything, bro. They know what it is. I'm going to tell you now, if Spence take that fight and he lose, I will support every fight he has there from there forth. I don't care. Pay-per-view, I will buy it. I will support him. Just give us this fight, bro. I don't care win or lose. I will support you. I will support.
Well, see, it's funny. I would still watch his fights because I'm a fan of boxing. But so anytime he's in a good, I'm watching a good fight. Like that's how
I'm watching his fights still either way. Like I have been, but it's just I haven't. I've been irked with that man, bro. Because
I don't think I could go back from it because the ducking energy and just all the politics and all that funny stuff they was doing like their whole camp, and I'm still a fan of Jamal Charlo in terms of his boxing. But like, I feel like, man, they exposed themselves, man. Some of the stuff they were saying, I can't. Like one of the things that always comes back in my mind was when Derek James, when they asked him about, it was after Spence beat Ugas, I think, and they asked him, "Oh, what do you think about Bud and Crawford?" And he and oh no, it was after Bud stopped Porter, and they like, oh, he's like, yeah, well, he's having issues with his father. His father, they was arguing before this. I just thought that was he just threw that whole man and his family under the bus for no reason, just because he was deflecting a boxing question about Crawford.
Yeah, I don't like that shit, bro. I just didn't like that, bro.
Yeah, I feel like I could do a segment alone just on their responses to Crawford questions, where they put their foot in their mouth and then
like,
make me
Derek
lose respect
James
for them at the same time. Like, dude, what are you doing all this reaching for? You bringing up all these people, you name dropping. What are you doing? Does Bud make y'all that nervous that y'all just start saying weird shit that don't got nothing to do with anything?
Did you see that Derek James when he said that shit? When he was saying, "Oh, he ain't talked to his dad since that night."
Yeah, man, Derek James, bro. It's last video I did. I'm like, I'm surprised I don't got more videos about Derek James. He be saying some crazy shit, dog.
Does he? He said Spence and Porter did 700,000 buys.
Oh my god, bro, this dude here. I'm like,
wild, bro.
He a wild boy, for real, for real.
That's
what I'm saying. I don't know what type of free weed they give out at PBC. I don't know what they smoke over there. I don't know what they smoke, but I won't forget all the funny theatrics. But I'm a boxing fan, so yeah, a good fight be a good fight, But I'm watching them just for all the funny shit they be doing, man. They weird.
Arthur Carter says Crawford got more knockouts than Spence has fights. Facts. Damn, bruh. I got more knockouts than you got fights. But you the big fish? Come on, man. Come on, bro. Stop it. Stop it. Y'all gotta this fans gotta stop it with all this, man. For real.
He lucky he in the pound for pound. He lucky he top. He's where he's at, because he is not I'm sorry, bro. I'm like, these credible pound for pounds, like they got Lomachenko up there. We all know Lomachenko should not be on that pound.
Hell no.
We all know that already. And Errol
that
Spence
don't make no goddamn sense.
Come on.
That don't make no goddamn
sense. Those are the two most ridiculous names on the pound for pound of where they at. Loma being on there, and he's one of my favorite fighters. He should not be on there. Spence, he should not be 3, bro. Like, let's stop the cat.
Hey, you know what's funny about this? And what's funny about
salute,
that?
Salute
and I'm not
poetry of violence. Salute to you, fam. Go ahead.
Not trying to make it a racial conversation. Actually, I'm trying to do the opposite. But that's why it'd be so hard, because I'd be just trying to be a boxing fan and just talk about boxing. And that's why it'd be so hard to not involve those kind of politics, because the race politics are ridiculous.
Oh my God.
No, it is. That's why it's racist and everything. It's in everything, bro. You can't hide from it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's ridiculous.
This is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
You even see them, and I know, and I'm not even gonna give a concrete example, but I know y'all gonna know what I mean. You even see them putting people on lists because they don't want someone else to be. You know what I mean? Like it's like they're allergic to certain fighters because they don't want them to be high on the list.
Yeah,
so that fighter,
they don't want Haney on that list. They don't want Charlo on that list. That's why they kept Loma on the list and they got Fury on the list. Like, come on, bro. Yeah,
and I think they keep it loose the way they keep it, because that's how you control it. Like if you want to hold it to a snake, because there should probably be a real pound for pound list that just goes really by standards. You know what I mean? That really is by the book, not something that anybody can throw up and make a page on. I got mine, you got yours. It should be one that's real.
Yeah,
but the reason why, the reason they don't want to have a real one?
List.
And you know what, Lightspeed, the people don't understand how important media is, man. When you say somebody is pound for pound number 1, essentially you saying they the best fighter in the world. That's how the media perceives it. So if a fighter is perceived as the best fighter in the world, like that just gives them certain advantages. You know what I mean? It makes them privy to certain situations that they shouldn't be in. Like they had Chocolatito pound for pound number 1 at one point over Bud Crawford, and just like dude lost like the very next fight. It's just like, come on, bro. Like they go out of their way in certain cases in order to.
You already said it. That was what I was trying not to say, because I wasn't gonna go to concrete example, but you already know.
Right.
You already know who they don't want on the top.
Right. Yeah, shit crazy.
Because of how that feels to their ego. But I'm a boxing fan, so like If it was Lomachenko at the top and he deserved to be there, I ain't got no smoke with it.
I ain't got no problem with it either.
I never thought he was number one. It's just, I
never
always
thought he
said
was number
Crawford
one
is
either.
number one, but
Yeah.
they you know, it's a popularity thing. It's just them keeping, like when ESPN puts their list out, it's them trying to keep certain fighters relevant. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They knew
Okay,
it was
sleep
some
with one eye
bullshit,
open
but
next
they knew
time,
it was
fam.
gonna
Next
spark
time.
people's and get people pissed off that they saw Lomachenko on that list, and it was going to keep his name circulating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a scheme. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all it is. We know that man should not be on that goddamn list. Come on.
Yeah,
Man.
get him out of
You
there.
got the undisputed champion at that weight class and a guy with no belt that's on there. Come on, dog.
Yeah, yeah. Like certain people, you know how it's like it's a rotating list. Your stats gotta be up there to be on it. You know what I mean? But certain people get to stay on there no matter what. Like once they get put on there for some reason, it just stays. Shit don't matter. No stats, no losses, no nothing. Their name is there for good, permanent ink.
Yeah, but that's the difference with fanboyism. I told you Loma is one of my he's in my top 3 of my personal favorite fighters right now in boxing. But that I'm not gonna fanboy for you, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference with these Errol Spence fans. They don't want to keep it real and give Bud his credit. But like I said, it's a double-edged sword that they don't even realize that they're playing themselves. They playing themselves because if Errol win that fight, I don't want to hear that he's this greatest, this and that. Hall of Famer. Why he Hall of Famer? You said Bud ain't shit.
Right.
You said his resume ain't shit.
Right. Resume ain't shit. He ain't shit.
Nobody.
He ain't beat nobody.
6-0 at what? All right. So, and look at this. Another thing, they always want to say, "Oh, we talk about welterweight. We talking about welterweight. We talking about 147. We ain't talking about 140. We ain't talking about 145."
See, is it our fault Earl ain't do shit in any other weight class?
Right. You know what I'm saying? But they don't. But then they want to bring up, it's okay to bring up 140 and 135 when we talk about the knockout ratio, because Bud has a 100% knockout ratio at welterweight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Bring up 140 and 135 so they can knock his ratio down.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Let me read this comment real quick. Toby Montana says, "I've been on Monty Brown's stream." Oh my God! First of all, that's the first problem. He a huge ESJ fan. He be pretending to be favorite fighters be saying shit when they never even close to saying that shit. Yeah, them dudes, bro. I told you what your first problem was. You was on the stream. So you know what I mean? That's the first problem. But yeah, bro, a lot of them dudes, man, they say a lot of shit that a lot of them dudes don't say. Matter of fact, I think Monty Brown, for example, his titles are like Bud said this to blah 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 Errol Spence. Like those are the titles of his actual videos, you know what I'm saying? Which, you know, most of the time them dudes don't be saying this shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what a lot of them dudes do.
Yeah, I'm sure he getting a lot of click. I mean, I'm sure that clickbait's working.
Yeah, the clickbaits be working, you know what I'm saying? Everybody do a little bit of clickbaiting, but some of them dudes be hella extra with it though. You know what I'm saying? Just straight up lies. Duff I Am says Killer Boxer died. Spence fans are delusional. What in the hell? Who has the Hall of Fame fist and don't count the bread? Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. But go ahead with y'all saying though.
Shit, man. So I say this. That's why, you know what I mean? I never know, because, you know, sometimes, you know, different boxing channels don't rock with other boxing channels, and I never know who got beef with who, you know what I mean? So sometimes I don't like to name drop, you know, too much, but I do appreciate, you know what I mean, channels like yours, like Mac Mob, like E3 and them, because I feel like Bud said it himself. That comment that they love to pull up where Bud said, well, if the fight don't happen, then, you know, whatever then, because I already tried for it. Also, he said in that comment, he said the fans is gonna make the fight. So if y'all want the fight, you know what I mean, the fans got to call for it. So that's my shout out to y'all, because y'all the resistance, man. Ain't nobody, you know what I mean? Because that's what makes the fight happen. That's what keeps people talking about actual styles and matchups and gets people excited about the actual damn fight. Not narratives. Narratives don't purse splits and all that shit don't get people excited about the fight. Like that's so same thing what you was just saying, bro. They shoot themselves in the foot, because yeah, you taking on the narratives of promoters that's trying to protect their bag. And they're not working for you. They're working for themselves. They're working for their bag. You're the fan, and they're the promoter. They're not working for you. So, like, yeah, man, I respect platforms like this because how else would you address all those narratives and get people actually talking about the fight and actually talking about what's going to make the fight happen?
Facts, man. Facts.
Agreed.
Okay. So we got my guy AB done made it onto the chat, man. I see what type of stream it is. When AB on the chat, it's that type of stream. So you know what I'm saying? AB done made it into the building. Salute to you, AB. What's going on? What's on your mind?
What's good, my G? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. I don't know. I'm on my phone today. Salute, fellas. Salute. Man, look. What have I been telling you, my guy? What I've been telling you, my G? What I've been telling you for months. What I've been telling you every time you talk about this. What I've been telling you, it's not gonna happen. Ain't no pressure on Errol Spence, and to make that point even crystal clear, what these fanboys saying? Fuck Roy, fuck Sugar Ray Leonard, fuck James Toney, fuck Mike Tyson. Huh?
That's crazy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that lets you know there's no pressure on this dude. I'm trying to tell people, no pressure on Errol Spence to fight Terence Bud Crawford. The only pressure he got is if he just happen to see somebody else talk about Terence Bud Crawford. That's it. Other than that, this dude is not gonna fight Bud. It's not gonna happen.
Hey,
Bud is about to be 36 years old.
You know what's funny to me though? I'm gonna let you finish cooking. But you know what's funny to me though? A lot. Earl made this statement talking about, if the fight don't happen, it ain't on me, right? And a lot of Errol Spence fans took that as, well, he did everything he's supposed to do. But ain't the nigga supposed to sign off on the contract if they're negotiating?
You know,
ain't he supposed to be the one to sign off on whatever Bud got going on his side? You know what I'm saying? He got to sign that contract too. So how it ain't on him? He got to agree to the terms.
But hold on, didn't they try to give $50 million to Canelo for him to fight Canelo?
Oh yeah, yes I did. Oh yes.
So I don't want to hear shit about what Earl got. He's telling people, he's showing you that he's not trying. The only way he's gonna fight Terence Bud Crawford is if Bud go up there and smack him in the face with his dick in front of his wife and kids. I bullshit you not in front of everybody. He can't do it in private because Earl might like it, but he gotta do that shit in public in front of everybody. because these fanboys, like for a minute they were talking about Bo Mac boxing. I mean, for real. What the fuck Bo Mac boxing got to do with any damn thing? What I mean, why he ain't sent the fucking contract? Why he talking about Canelo? What the fuck is going on? This dude was 32 years old saying he want to fight Errol Spence. Errol Spence said he ain't did shit, but Mikey Garcia did something though. But a motherfucker still, they still get to do the excuses. So that's why I don't even talk about Errol Spence no more. Ain't no point. It ain't no point. He's not finna fight Bud.
AB, he said he was gonna clean up his side of the street and then he was gonna fight Bud Crawford.
He lying. Cause he waiting for that WBA mandatory or that IBF to do something. He waiting for one of those. Cause he's not trying to fight Bud. If he trying to fight Bud, why the contract? Why ain't no contract? Why ain't nothing been sent? Why is what's the trainer name? I don't even like. What's that motherfucker name?
Derrick James.
Why is Derrick James talking? Has Derrick James talked when he negotiating with Sean Porter? No. Has he talked when they were negotiating with Ugas? No. Has he talked when he negotiating with Mike Garcia? No. But he talking about Terence Bud Crawford, the fighting shit, how Earl gonna fight when he want to fight, when they supposed to be negotiating.
You're right.
The shit's not gonna happen.
Right. He over there fumbling. He over there talking about he reaching to go talking about numbers he don't even understand. He over there.
700,000.
But that's anything that favor Earl is like what some of these dudes. I don't know. Some of these dudes, I don't know if they suspect or what. I mean, nothing wrong with if you part of that community and everything, but damn, this boxing. This ain't no popularity contest. It's about who got the best hands.
Yeah, no, they not. It ain't for them. That's their hero. I don't get it either.
I'm saying how is they hero? What has he done? That's what I'm saying. What has he done besides lie?
I don't know.
Besides cap.
Let me ask you this too, AB. Do you think if the fight does happen by some miracle, right? If the fight does happen, do you think Bud would get credit for beating Errol Spence?
No, he won't get credit. No. No, he won't get credit.
Hell no.
They gonna say the car accident. They gonna say the eye injury. That one prior Errol Spence. They gonna say Earl was old, even though Bud about to be 36 years old. But
I got it. They gonna say he stayed at 147 too long.
Too long.
That's what they're gonna say. Weight drain.
That's what they gonna
say. He did say how many fights he said he had at 47. He said he had 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he spent 1.
Stayed there too long. He was weight drain.
He ain't gonna fight Bud. He trying to find a way to avoid Bud or go to 50. He gonna try to find a way to avoid Bud Crawford. And when it happens, they ain't gonna say shit. They gonna be like, well,
Well, I think it was C's. I think C's brought up a good point. He said if Earl go up to 154, what the fuck he gonna do at 154, bro? Because them dudes out there will hurt Errol Spence. The way he fight, a lot of them dudes will hurt him.
That's why he taking his time to decide what he's trying to do right now. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yep. If it
wasn't, and then Jamel Charlo's still up there.
Mm-hmm.
And they ain't trying to fight each other. And his brother at 160, he ain't trying to go to 68 because Benavidez is at 68. Shit getting tight.
That was why I didn't want to put him high on my pound for pound list, because his style to me doesn't translate. It only favors when he's the bully in the ring. Only when he's bigger.
Right. If he ain't bigger, it's a problem.
It's on Jamel Charlo?
Errol Spence.
Earl Spence. I don't have a pound list. I ain't hating none, but I'm saying, what fight made him get on the pound for pound list?
Thank you.
Mikey Garcia. Stop it.
Danny Garcia, Ugas.
Yeah, stop it.
Yeah, they're gonna try to say, oh, he beat up somebody that was on the pound for pound list.
Mikey Garcia.
Yeah,
that's that dude 2-way class, and then you ain't knock him out. You didn't knock him out. You didn't stop him.
Eminem is in the building. Salute to you, Eminem. Salute to Kevin Carey. Eminem says they aren't gonna give Bud credit when he goes up to beat Mel Charlo at 154 or whoever champ is at the time. Yeah, man.
Nope. He ain't getting no credit. And think about it, this dude could be undisputed at 54 and 47 and 40. These folks holding up history now.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who you talking about?
That would be like
I'm talking about Bud.
That would be like a gift for me to see Bud beat Spence and then beat Charlo.
He gonna stop both of them. If they fight, he'll stop both of them.
Earl as high as he is on the pound for pound list. That's why I'm glad.
I don't see why. I don't see why. I don't see how.
Chance to be
you know what? I like that they're saying that shit though. I like they saying that dumb shit because when Bud stop his ass.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna be like he was a top 5 pound for pound fighter, right?
I'm telling you, it's gonna reverse. Come on now. They got it's some type of hate for Bud Crawford for some reason. Ever since that dude left 140. When he was at 140, everything was all cool.
Yeah.
All these Errol Spence fanboys were talking about Bud Crawford, the best fighter in the world. Errol Spence fanboys said Bud was the best in the world.
Yep.
But as soon as he went to 47, oh, hell no. And I was like, damn, what happened? Bro, what happened?
They just picked Earl over him. That's all.
Why? How?
I don't even know. Yeah, it feel like did the Alphabet Boys get in their head? Like why the split? And once the media,
that's what I'm saying. Why it changed?
Once the media started hating Bud, then people started hating Bud.
Yeah, media is a powerful thing, man. Like I was saying earlier, man, media is powerful.
It is.
Them dudes get online every day saying Bud ain't got no resume and all this old bullshit, and then you hear it enough times, eventually you start believing the shit. Some of these
why
movies
made me upset to see them the boys just shitting on them like that. And I'm like, damn, here, brother, and that. Like, y'all niggas are sitting here making money off of shitting on this man. Like, that's just fucked up.
I mean, they clowns, and whoever listens to the motherfuckers clowns. So, hey, it's dumb motherfuckers everywhere. So I guess it's more dumb motherfuckers than motherfuckers with sense. Because
but you know what's funny about that? What the brother just said, it says more dumb motherfuckers than smart motherfuckers. But here's the funny part about it.
Yep.
I feel like what's this the movie like 300 or something like that, like, because how come it's so much of them but they don't want no smoke, they ain't got nothing in the arguments, they ain't got no points. Like you would think with that whole army of idiots that they'd be able to produce something, but there's no. I don't know, man.
That's why you gotta treat them like bitches. You know
They
how
talk
bitches
with
be
their
like
heart.
mosquitoes. You ignore them. You ignore a bitch and it's gonna kill her to her soul. That's it. Just ignore the bitches. Don't even speak of the hoes. If y'all know how it is when a bitch trying to get in y'all nerves, you just ignore like, bitch, you dead. You the furniture hoe. Walk past like she don't exist. That's gonna kill her to a fucking soul.
Yep.
That's how you treat
like when
hoes.
Bud
Especially
said
them
he was
hoes.
done chasing the fight. Like
Yeah, I'm
doing
like
everything to get that fight. Oh, he don't want to smoke no more. He don't want to smoke no more. It's like, damn, bro. It's like you chasing a bitch and the bitch is telling you, "I'm good. I don't want no. I don't want you." You know what I'm saying? What else is he supposed to do?
Yeah, it was nothing else. Yeah, it was nothing to do.
Read some comments. Let me read some comments real quick, y'all. Let me read some comments real quick. Kevin Carey says, discredit him after this fight by giving him credit, but I wonder what they will say after he barbecues Spence. Absolutely, man. You know what I mean? We were just talking about that. They're going to say, well, he was too long at that weight. You know what I mean? Car accident. We already talked about that. Toby says, Jamil Charlo got a bigger chance to beat TBC than Errol Spence Jr.
No, he don't.
Yeah.
A better chance to get knocked out.
D-Ray Promotion say, D-Ray Promotion say, show Bud the truth. Make no excuse. What you talking about? Bud Crawford, pound for pound king. Absolutely. Duff I Am says, Bud over Spence just because he already made a plan. He has envisioned the moment. Something is different about Bud's win versus Kellbrook and Porter. So I think off to Jamel and 3-time undisputed. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Bud and Mel at 154. Flames. Okay.
That ain't gonna happen.
Boots and Mel at 154. My bad. I ain't even read that shit right. Boots and Mel at 154. Flames.
What? Boots and Mel.
Yeah, Boots got work.
What? Boots got a long way to go, bro. Calm down. That's what I'm saying. Anybody but Bud. Anybody but Bud. Let that man be great, man.
WIM say all the fights past 147 on fight night. Size don't matter. Skills pay the bills. Any fighter better than Bud from 135 to 154. There's no better fighter than above one. Yeah.
Not one. I'm taking all bets. Anybody 154 on down. I got Bud Crawford.
And I bet the house on it.
That one and by KO. I got Bud Crawford.
Gonna be a lot of hurt motherfuckers on fight night, boy. If that fight ever happened, boy, if it happened, gonna be a lot of hurt motherfuckers, boy. Really hurt. Now the dudes that put out all this information, all this false information, they ain't gonna be hurt. They're gonna be like, well, damn, well, we're gonna have to. What we gonna talk about now? That's what they gonna be trying to figure out how to pivot. But they probably gonna pivot the Boots. That's probably what they're gonna do.
Hey, you heard Bud's language about that? He said when he talked about calling Spence, he said, "Oh yeah, I told him I'm gonna fuck him up."
Yeah, I told him I'm gonna fuck him up. Yeah,
he already told him that.
Yeah, hey, I love it, bro. D Young in the business say right on C's. He say good point. He say salute King David in the panel. Salute to you, D Young. He say C's. He says C's he don't have enough in his tool bag. He sure don't. Earl don't have enough in that tool bag, bro. Sure don't. Salute to you, Tony Ramsey. You know what I mean? He says Spence gonna knock Crawford out. Oh, hell no. Nah. What you talking about, Tony Ramsey? You trying to hop on the panel, fam? I'm gonna need you to explain that to me, dog. He gonna knock out Crawford.
Well, what? No footwork.
I'm just saying though, like Spence could knock out Mikey Garcia, but he gonna knock out Bud Crawford.
Could knock out Danny Garcia.
Could knock out
the punching bag Ugas. He threw 800 punches and didn't knock down Ugas.
But he's supposed to knock out Bud Crawford.
Stop it.
Somebody make this make sense to me, bro.
That's a classic thinking
it don't make
your
sense.
heart. Talking with your
heart. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out where's heart coming from though. I mean, are you in love with this guy? We talking about boxing, my guy.
That's basically
that's what I'm saying. These folks act like Errol Spence is their cousin or something. That they long lost cousin. They got to rep or something.
I swear.
Look, we gonna keep it. We gonna keep it a buck, man.
Hey, Toby said even you don't believe that. My guy Tony Montana. Even you don't believe that. The gentleman says pound for pound means nothing based on opinion or option. Yeah, he mean opinion. He put option, but he mean opinion. But 2-time lineal undisputed. Facts. Stay down respectfully, man. Say that, respect me. Okay, I can't even read them emojis. That's a good point. I ain't thinking about that. Them saying Bud ain't nothing. Yeah. Dive. Yeah, man. He's probably talking about Jake Paul. We were talking about Jake Paul and what you call it earlier. Rockman, they about to fight. AB. So I was like, hopefully Rockman don't take no dive. It should probably be
Oh man, please don't take no dive, bro.
I hope he don't, man. I want to see him knock
You talking his son, right? His son.
Yeah.
Or Hakeem Rockman.
Yeah, Rockman Jr.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, man.
I hope he don't take no dive, man.
Nah, his brother lost and went to the WWF or WWE or whatever he went. He went to the wrestling. That's what I want to happen to Jake Paul. I hope just lose soon so you could go where you belong and join wrestling. That's
join wrestling.
Man, I just man. Why did Floyd Mayweather get these dudes some shine?
Yeah. I mean, them dudes already had like on YouTube.
Yeah, but still, Floyd took it over the top. Floyd took it over the top. They had their little YouTube shit, but no, nothing like this. It wasn't no.
Them boy done got them a show. Jake Paul got a Showtime deal, bro. Like he Canelo.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm for fighting Floyd Mayweather.
Bud ain't even got no goddamn Showtime deal. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy to me, man. Like, but you know, and we was talking about this earlier. Like, the fact of the matter is, people get big name confused with credible opponent. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jake Paul got a big name, but he's not a credible opponent for anybody to beat. But a lot of the fans are so delusional because they know the name Jake Paul. They would consider anybody that beats Jake Paul to be like the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of world we living in right now.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like rap. Like Nelly, who gonna think Nelly better than Tech 9 if you know anything about rap? It's the same shit, and people with common sense know that. But like I said, these dudes, I don't know what's wrong with them. It's something else. It's something else.
They're ruining the sport. It's like this. Like, think about if you took basketball, right? And you said, okay, more people in the world don't watch basketball than they do watch basketball. So let's change basketball and make and target everything and make the whole culture so it leans towards those people who are not really fans. Like, that's what but then you don't have basketball no more. Now it don't matter if you even make a shot, as long as your dance move, as long as you at half court twerking, and this is basketball now because we cater to the casual fans. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's where it goes when you just.
That's why Deontay Wilder was twerking.
What you're supposed to do is just make good fights that attract the casuals. Make the fight better. And boy,
popularity.
That's not supposed to be.
You got to be popular to be good now.
Okay, we got a few Errol Spence fans in here. Brooklyn Hayes says y'all need to do y'all research. My goodness. And then he says, keep underestimating Earl. You all will soon find out why Earl is called the truth. Earl is gonna hurt that boy. Real talk.
That man had 4 years. Bud been trying to fight this dude for 4 years, and everybody keeps saying the same thing for 4 years. I mean, how much longer is somebody gonna tell me, bro? You gonna get beat up if you keep messing with that dude? 4 years later, I'm through messing with this dude. He obviously don't want to fight me.
Right. And it's funny how a lot of Errol Spence fans, they like to bring up, well, Bud said he was over the fight 3 years after he had called Earl out. You don't want to talk about 3 years before when he was calling him out that whole time. You want to talk about when Bud got fed up for about 5 minutes and was done with the Earl fight. Come on, y'all. Y'all be tripping.
Hey, just to play devil's advocate, can I ask y'all a question? Because y'all got more like, I mean, I've been watching boxing for a long time and I got a good like analysis, but y'all got better boxing knowledge. I never, you know what I mean? Shout out to y'all for that. I never try to pretend and like I got more boxing knowledge than I have. So question, I've been recently because, you know, trying to see, okay, not be a fanatic and actually be a boxing fan. I've been watching Spence fights, just looking at his game. You know what I mean? Not just being like going with what's in my head and what I know Bud is going to do, but actually just going back and looking at Spence and what he does well and seeing if he does have a chance. What would y'all think? What is Spence's chance in the fight?
0. Against he's saying against Bud.
I honestly would give him like a 20% chance, in my opinion. 15
against Bud.
Yeah.
No, I give him a 0% chance. He's gonna get knocked out in the 6th round.
Everybody.
All right, so
I'll be more
specific with the questions. How do you think Bud will deal with that probing jab?
Probing jab. He don't have a
away.
probing jab. You mean the jab that he just throws out? That dude got like a 11% connect percentage with his jab. He throws a lot of them. Down mean he land. He just throws a lot of them. Bud has the most accurate jab.
Yeah,
it's a better jab.
It's like a feeler. It's like a feeler touch jab in order to like.
It ain't no feeler touch jab. He just throwing it out there. Spence throws volume punches. That's what he's a volume puncher.
Yeah.
He's trying to overwhelm you with volume, so he's gonna keep his hands out there. That's his offense. That's his defense. Throwing his hands out there.
Yep.
And you can't do that against Bud Crawford. You can't throw no lazy ass jab out there. That you just throwing out there just to throw out there.
They lazy as hell. Them hands do not go back to their face. Them
That's
jabs
what I'm saying. And Bud's the best counter puncher in the world. Did you see what he did to Sean Porter with that left uppercut?
Did you see what Ugas was doing to him in the first 4 rounds?
I was going to say, did you see the counters Ugas was landing?
That's what I'm saying. And Spencer's there to get hit. He don't have no head movement. He don't have no foot movement. He only knows forward. He looked good against Mikey because Mikey was in survival mode. We talking about a dude. Bud is just different, and he's a boxer. He's just as strong as Spence, longer than Spence, and a better boxer with faster hands. What is Spence gonna do with all that?
And incredible timing.
That's what I'm saying. What he gonna do with all that? Why they talking about what Bud gonna do with Spence? Okay, Spence got that work rate. Okay, cool. What you gonna do? How your work rate gonna get in range?
Yeah.
Do you see Spence throwing a lot of feints? Do we set traps? No.
Hell no.
Oh
no.
My God, no.
So if you're going against a dude that's longer
on pound for pound is high because it's like that style.
But I'm saying
he stick to it. It's working, but I'm not.
But I'm saying Bud is longer. So you're going to get a longer dude with a better jab, and you think you just going to go in, just walk through him? Come on now.
No.
That's what I'm saying. He ain't got no chance.
Bad style matchup for Earl. It's a
bad style. Yes, it is. That's why he don't want to fight him.
It's a nightmare style matchup for him.
He don't want to fight him.
Cash R in the building. Salute to you, Cash R. Cash R's talking crazy. He said, I'm the biggest Bud fan, but Spence has an 80% chance to beat Bud.
What can Spence do? What can Spence do better than Terence Bud Crawford? Please explain. Give me one thing.
I don't think they'll be able to.
Give me one thing. Besides getting hit in the face. What can Errol Spence do better?
Punches with his face.
Yeah. and kiss Yellow Beezy. Besides those two things, what can he do better than Bud Crawford?
Damian Gray, salute to you, Damian Gray. He say Bud could have petitioned to be the mandatory 4 years ago. That's Bud fault. That ain't true.
That ain't true. How can you petition to be the mandatory for what? Bud became the WBO champ, and they say get a belt. That's the first thing he did. Got a belt. His first fight at 47. So what's the problem?
I don't think none of these dudes realized that Errol Spence was in such a great position because of Floyd and him having those belts. And so he actually Floyd used that situation one to leverage his power with PBC and Al Heyman. So he relinquished his belts to keep it with the promotion.
Lindy Brown say Bud gonna beat the curry goat and jerk chicken out of Spence.
He gonna stop Spence. It's gonna be quick. I'm telling you, it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be quick.
I got my money on a stoppage, no doubt about it. And most of these dudes that's saying all of this, bro, I guarantee you, if they had to put money on it, they wouldn't be doing it.
But these dudes don't know nothing about boxing, though.
I know.
They don't know nothing about boxing. They can't tell you nothing about boxing. Nothing.
If you listen to Bernie the boxer, not Mac. What's Crawford's coach? I don't know why I'm losing his name right. Mac. And and everyone in their camp, when they talk about the fight, they don't say, "Oh, it's gonna be a good fight." They say Bud gonna hurt that man. Like they say, like Bud's style is a problem for Spence, and they know it.
You can look at it with your own 2 eyes and see.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I've said this for years. It's a bad style matchup for Earl, bro. It really is. Crawford is just too much for that man. He's too much.
That can go forward, can go backwards, side to side, switch hit, good defense, good offense, good punch selection. Come on now.
You can get all glimpses of it in the early rounds with Ugas and the early rounds with Kell Brook. You could see it. Exactly how Bud is going to dissect this man. I'm telling you, because he has the movement. and he's not going to stand there like a punching bag.
Yeah.
Salute Cantrell Elder in the building.
With his face.
Salute Cantrell Elder. Say Bud KO at welterweight 100%. Absolutely. Salute to you, fam.
100% KO rate.
100.
Sean T talking about tell Crawford sign the damn contract. Are we
What
still doing
contract,
this?
Sean T? Sean T, were you there? You see the contract that got sent?
Did you see the contract and do you know what's on the contract?
Yeah. Why everybody talking about signing the contract?
Because if you don't mind signing random contracts, I got a contract for you to sign right now.
You hear me,
bro?
I got ocean front property in Idaho for you, pimping. I got you. I got a bridge in Brooklyn I want to sell you.
I just need you to initial on this dotted line for me, bro. You know what I mean?
I got you.
These dudes here, bro. Sign a contract. That's the dumbest
contract.
goddamn argument I've ever heard, ever.
What? Are you a lawyer? Were you in there when they wrote the contract? Hey, did you see the contract?
No, he saw the Mike Tyson tweet. That's all he saw was the Mike Tyson tweet. That was all he needed. Sources.
This is as bad as I need.
Why don't y'all boy Errol Spence come out on Twitter say Bug signed the contract?
That's what you will hear from them crickets.
Crickets.
That's what I'm saying. Why Earl ain't said Bud signed the contract?
Hey,
Quit
none of
ducking
them,
the street smoke.
and none of them won't pull up neither.
Huh.
Well,
Like I told you, King David, that these boys gonna give them excuses now. It's still gonna be excuses. I told you after April 16th, it's still gonna be excuses. July is about to be in July. How long does man need? August, September, October, November, December.
Boy.
How long he need?
Boy.
I didn't know it took that long, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Especially when you say, I'm coming for the WBO belt. I'm gonna kick your ass. Oh, okay. I thought the contract was sent in the mail. I thought that junk was sent.
Right.
That night.
Should be easy to negotiate.
What?
Steven Espinoza just came out with an interview yesterday or today saying that the fight is closer to 50-50.
Right. Oh, you know that video coming tomorrow. Y'all be on the lookout for that.
Oh, I'm waiting. Shit.
Oh yeah, that video coming out.
You be having that.
You said closer 50-50. What that mean? Like split or something, or 50-50 like it's who gonna win?
Nah, 50-50 as far as like the money wise, yeah.
I mean that's the only way it's gonna happen.
Because that destroy their argument.
Been pound for pound for like as long as he has, longer than Earl, and he's been champion longer than Earl. So he was like, it honestly should be more 50-50.
Been on the pound list longer than Errol Spence been a champion.
Yep. People forget this man's been on the pound for pound list for like 8 years. It's crazy. Almost a decade.
Been a champion about 10 years now.
Yes, it's crazy, bro.
But he got to take a little less. He got to learn how to be a challenger, huh?
Yeah, humble.
Say a dude that just got 3 belts. You just got 3 belts. Gonna tell somebody else you be a challenger sometimes. Really?
Learn how to be a challenger sometimes.
Really?
Too high up on the oil.
Really?
Come on, bro.
Yeah,
been getting
really.
Paid way more than Spence, bro. Like,
wait, we ain't gotta talk about that.
Sean Porter came out and said his biggest payday of his career was against Terence Bud Crawford. Most money he's ever made in one fight.
And he ain't even have a belt.
Nope, no belt.
A 2-belt unification with Earl the True Spence.
Yeah, with Spence. Unification.
Yeah, 2-belt unification with Earl the True Spence. And you mean to tell me?
Fish.
The big fish. Yeah. Yeah.
But he made more money not being a champion. That's just crazy.
Spence ain't gonna say you lying.
Yep.
I saw Sean Porter contract.
Forward with these dudes, bro. It doesn't.
I know, right?
Present the facts to their face, and they're gonna tell you lying, bro.
That's why I don't talk to them. That's why I don't bother with them.
Yep.
Not at all.
You show them your ID. My name is such and such. No, that ain't your name, bro. That's not your name, bro. It's sad, man.
That's why I don't know why everybody hoping this fight gonna happen.
Y'all motherfuckers is bad for boxing, bro.
Shit, Earl Spence and the PBC bad for boxing.
I definitely can't be emotionally invested anymore because I just feel like I don't. if we're talking about 50-50, since 50-50 is such a popular conversation, I'm 50-50 whether I feel like it's gonna happen.
I'm 100% knowing it's not gonna happen.
No, Cash. See what it is, Cash, is that you don't like what you're hearing. You want to hear shit that you like. That you want to hear people fanboy for your favorite fighter. That's what you want to hear, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to come up on here, we could talk about it if you want. But
Cash ain't gonna pull up. We know Cash ain't gonna pull up. He over there. He keyboard cowboying. You know what I mean? He down there. He ain't gonna come up. He can't debunk nothing that we talking about. So instead of trying to debunk it, all he want to do is deflect. And all the channel bias. Well,
what's bias? I mean, the truth is, Errol Spence is the second best welterweight in the world. He's very basic. We're not saying he's not good. We're not saying he's not elite. Good. We're saying he's just the second best welterweight. We know who the best welterweight is. I mean, so what's the problem?
Oh, Cash say, how can I pull up? Okay, Cash, here go the link for you, fam. And you know, we keep it respectful up here, bro. You know, ain't no, it's all love, fam. At the end of the day, but I'm gonna respectfully take down all your talking points. I'm just gonna deflate them shits. That's all, one by one. That's in the most respectful way possible.
Damn, like Tom Brady, deflate gate.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We just gonna let the air out of all them shits. That's all, you know what I mean? But it's all love over here. You know, you a Spence fan, and I like Spence. You know, it's just, you know, his fans be capping. He be capping.
I don't like ever since his boy ran into him, I ain't like him.
For real, you know, I ain't gonna say I don't like him.
Ever since then, no, you was the boogeyman. You got free smoke. You the bully for everybody, right?
Yeah.
But when little dude from down the street come down here, though, you quiet though. You quiet. Okay. But you picking on my cousins and all them. You picking on everybody on our street. But when little dude from down the street come down here, crickets.
Salute to my guy Rebel Life Boxing that done made it up in here, man. Salute to you, Rebel Life. Y'all be sure to subscribe to the homie Rebel Life Boxing when y'all get a chance, man. Life. Yes, sir. That's my guy right there. Okay, Cash done pulled up. All right, y'all. Let's let Cash talk. Cash, what's going on, man? Welcome to the chat. Tell me what's on your mind, fam.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Nah, my thing is, I'm a Bud fan. I've been saying Bud the best since he was at 135, 140.
Okay.
You know? But y'all acting like he just go watch Spence is delusional. That's not gonna happen. I edge him to win the fight. I think they go fight 3 times, by the way. I think they go fight 3 times. I think they go fight once at welterweight, and they go fight twice at 154. That's what I think. But acting like he just trying to wash Bud, like, come on, these just 2 alphas. These just 2 dogs.
So then what?
Okay.
Hold on. Let him finish what he's saying before y'all respond. Go ahead, Cash. Continue your thought, fam.
No, that's it. That's pretty much it. Y'all can respond to that.
Okay. Go ahead. Y'all open panel.
Hey, Boxy, I'll default to you if you want to start, but I only got questions.
Yeah,
okay.
Go ahead.
Let me ask a quick question first before you light speed real quick. So basically, Cash, what you're trying to say is you pretty much feel like this fight is going to be a real close fight, so much to the point where it's going to be a second and the third fight, right? That's what you're saying?
Basically, yes.
Okay, that's my question. Go ahead, Lightspeed. Lightspeed, you there?
Oh, my bad. No. Yeah, no. My question is just stylistically, what do you see happening in the fight?
Me?
Yep.
I see Bud being pretty active. I actually see both of them hitting the canvas at least once. I do. I can see both of them hitting the canvas. It's gonna be a dog fight because they both dogs.
A dog fight. Okay, so no, but narrow it down because I think a lot of people think, you know, oh, it's so biased to think that this fight would be a landslide. But I feel like when people say that, it's because they're not looking at the specific style. So I'm saying like specific advantages. So if we're talking about Spence, then I'm thinking about the jab, and I'm thinking about you know, the body shots.
No jab. No, he ain't got no jab.
The inside game. You can't do that. See, that's bias.
I know. I'm just saying. These are the things that
look. I'll be honest with y'all. I'm not even the biggest Spence fan. I live in Dallas, and I've been very critical of Spence since day one. I didn't become a believer of Spence until after the Sean Porter fight. Like, that's when I became a believer. I'm like, okay, this nigga really a problem. He really is.
Okay, and let's take Sean Porter fight.
First of all, he's way bigger than Terence Crawford.
Stop it. No, he not.
All right. Now we just lying. We just lying now. That's what we're doing.
He way bigger. What you mean way bigger? Bud is longer than this dude.
He's longer, but I'm talking about size. Like his bone, he's big. He's bigger. Pause for sure.
Yeah,
So,
pause. For real. This is I don't know about this conversation.
But Big ain't good enough. Okay, Bivol was bigger than Canelo, so size made a difference. But it was Bivol's style to me that won that fight. So I'm waiting for you to say something.
Nah, Bivol was bigger than Canelo.
Specifically.
Yeah, but Bivol was a bad matchup for Canelo anyways.
Hell yeah.
All around.
Anybody who can move is a bad matchup for Canelo.
Somebody said this is Hagler Hearns 2.0. I agree.
Hell no, it ain't.
Only difference is Crawford ain't gonna make the mistakes that Hearns made. He's not gonna make those mistakes.
All right.
Crawford's Hagler. Let's get it right.
Man,
Crawford. Who got a knockout streak at 147?
Bud do for sure.
Okay. Spence last stoppage was Ugas, and then before that was Ocampo. So that's 5 years, my guy. So let's not act like he just killing everybody.
I ain't saying that, but man, his work rate is crazy.
That's what he's saying. His work rate, that's it. But if you going against a guy that's longer with a better jab and better footwork, and you don't set traps and you don't feint to get in, how you gonna get in?
I'm sure he got a game plan.
What is his game plan? I mean, you never seen. That's what I'm saying, bro. I box.
We can't do that. We can't do that because we've never seen these two guys in the ring before.
But you ain't never seen Spence in the ring with nobody like Bud. You seen Bud in the ring with guys like Spence. But you seen Bud in the ring with guys like Spence.
I ain't seen a Bud in the ring with nobody
Sean
like
Porter.
Spence. I'm not doing that. He's nothing like Spence. Let's not do that.
Sean Porter.
That's disrespectful. Hell no.
That's disrespectful. So you saying Sean Porter, that's disrespectful.
He's not no Spence.
Spence went to hell with this dude. Spence had the fight of his life against this dude.
But you give Sean Porter credit for that. You don't take away.
That's what I'm saying. I just said Sean Porter. That's the common opponent. And what Bud do to Sean Porter? Made that boy look like he didn't even belong in the ring with him.
No, it was a close fight.
No, it wasn't.
All right.
It was not no
close fight. What? All right. You know what? After the Spence Porter fight, I could arguably say I might want to see a rematch. After Bud and Porter, even his dad said we seen enough. We seen enough.
You hear me?
Look, this is all I'm saying, guys. I want to say this. I like the channel. I love boxing. It's one of my favorite sports. Second to basketball. Not second. I think it's better than basketball, honestly. But we just can't be biased, like to the point where we think Bud is just going to demolish Spence. That's
not being biased, though.
But here go the thing. Hold on. Let me say something real quick. Here go the thing, though. Hasn't Bud demolished everybody he's been in the ring with, though?
But they
at welterweight. Say that one more time.
He's saying they not Errol Spence.
They're not Errol Spence. Okay, what makes Earl that much different than these dudes?
He can't say nothing.
He's just gonna say, well, he's Errol Spence.
I just told you.
I just need to know how he's different. That's all.
He got
how is he so much different?
He got 3 belts at the welterweight division, right?
Okay,
he beat Sean Porter, he beat Kell Brook, he beat Danny Garcia.
How is he different?
He beat Mikey Garcia.
Hey, he went life and death with Kell Brook. Went life and death with Sean Porter. Okay,
Bud knocked both of them out.
Knocked them both out quicker and faster. And then if you want to say, oh, he's unified at welterweight, well, Julius Indongo was unified at 140. Got knocked out,
undefeated,
demolished, and undefeated.
So let me ask y'all this: how do y'all feel about when people say Bud ain't fought nobody? How y'all feel about that?
That's bull. Spence ain't fought nobody.
I seen Bud fight every different style.
Spence ain't fought nobody.
Hey, if Bud ain't fought nobody, then Spence fought absolutely nobody. We got to add an adjective in it.
Absolutely nobody.
Right. And who said that? Derek James? Who said Bud ain't fought nobody? Derek James?
No, this has been an argument for years.
I'm saying
it's been an argument.
Who's Spence fought? You gonna say Sean Porter, Kell Brook, Bud knocked both of them out. So who else you got?
Hey,
Mikey Garcia.
Listen, I'm on y'all side. I'm on y'all side in that argument. I said, how do y'all feel about people that say that?
There's facts and no facts.
Yeah. Hey, my guy. Hey, I don't know how to say your name, fam. Oh, is that super casual, fragilistic, expialidocious? I can't believe I even know to say that. That's crazy. He said in actuality, Spence and Porter was supposed to be a draw. If it wasn't for the knockdown, that fight would have been a draw. That fight would have been a draw.
Argue that Porter won that fight. You can argue it.
I mean,
They don't want to hear
I
that
can't
though.
do
I wouldn't
So
say.
My
that's why
thing
it's
is,
not biased.
I've
I
seen
think
fight every style. I haven't seen Spence fight every style. I haven't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being biased towards Spence. I will continue to say it. He's a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's the second best welterweight on
He's
the
a good
planet.
fighter, but Bud is a great fighter.
Yeah, that's the difference. That's the
And I
difference that
think,
I see.
and I think they both great. I think they one and two. I think I edge Bud simply because I think he got way more tools in the tool shed. I do believe that, and I believe if they fight, I do think Bud gonna win 2 times out of 3. I think Spence gonna beat him the 3rd time because he gonna be a little older. This is my
Ain't
theory,
nothing wrong
bro.
with that.
But see,
But
Yeah, Bud gonna be 40.
I'm gonna hold my stance. I don't feel Spence is great. I can't say that he's great yet.
Right. Hey,
I
but
would
hold
say
on real
he's
quick,
very
man.
good.
We got somebody new that done joined us on the panel, man. My guy D Young that made it to the building, man. What's going on with you, D? What's on your mind, fam?
What's popping? What's going on? Salute to the panel, man. Salute to
D
King
Young, what
David.
up, man?
Before I cook,
salute
man,
D Young.
y'all smash the like button for the homie, man.
Hit that goddamn like button. Yes, sir. Let them know one more time. I don't think they heard you.
Yeah, nah, man. I was just relaxing, kicking back and listen to y'all boys cook, man. Everybody got good points, man. Even the cat that's rooting for Errol Spence. Y'all know how I feel about EJ, man. I respect his skills, man. You know what I mean? And I feel some people get real offended when you say he's basic. But here's the thing though, man. Just because you basic, that don't mean you not good. If you look at Tim Duncan, man, Tim Duncan is a fucking Hall of Famer, but his game was basically fundamental. And that's the same thing with EJ, man. It's just he makes subtle adjustments. It's just you don't see it because he fights the same way, man. It's nothing wrong with that. Manny Pacquiao fought the same way. He had good footwork. He came in, you know what I mean? That was his style. Of course, only about 7 or 8 motherfuckers beat him, but he won 67 fights. So you know what I mean? Basic ain't nothing wrong with basic, man. But when you put a guy who has one style against a guy who has versatilities, man, you got to prepare for this guy like you ain't never prepared for a guy before. You know what I mean? Bud Crawford is a similarity to Marvin Hagler. Guys had to train different sparring partners with guys with Marvin Hagler because he was a switch hitter, even though he fought left-handed most of the time. So you know what I mean? It's nothing wrong with that. But like I say, man, I just feel how I feel. I mean, it's ways I can say Spence can win, but it's all about executing the game plan, bro. You know what I mean? He has a good ability to cut the ring off. We know that. But it's straight punches versus looping punches. And when you come in and go to the body, you might not see that overhand left come up. You might not see that check right hook come down. You might not see that juke, that uppercut. It's so much tools in the bag. Even Spence got combinations, but man, it's just to be honest with y'all, bro. I just don't see him beating Crawford 3 times out of 3. 2 times out of 2. I mean,
10 out of 10.
You feel me? Hey, could be. But
Hey D,
I
D
agree,
Young.
man.
What's good with it? What's good with
Could
it?
I
What's
add
good?
something to that?
Yeah, what's going on, Lightspeed?
Because that's why I think like people think, oh, it's so biased when people say, oh, it could go bad. Like, because people think like if you say, oh, you got to say it's going to be a great competitive fight, da-da-da. But if you say like, oh, it could go bad, then people ain't got context for it. But I think you hit the nail on the head, bro. And I think that's why when you look at some of Bud's fights, a good example in this point, I would just say when he fought Kell Brook. I think it was a 6th round. It's
4.
just something you don't see. Like that fight, when you with someone that's that versatile and that unpredictable, bro, that fight could change at any given moment.
Yes, sir.
And if you ain't able to make that adjustment, it's like that's when the fight's over.
Yeah.
Because Bud done flipped to a whole different style on you.
No, he flipped the switch. Is over.
And if you ain't made the adjustment, how many hits you gonna be able to take before it's over?
That's what I'm saying. And you know what I mean? And my thing is this. I'm gonna equivalate this to this. Do I feel Errol Spence have punching power? Absolutely. I feel that even all his opponents, Danny said it, Sean said it. They say Earl hit hard. I think he does too. But the problem is you could hit hard, bro. But what happens? I'd rather take a nigga to. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I think you got cut off. What you were saying?
Yeah, I was saying like you got a guy who could bang your body, bruise you up all 12 rounds. But my thing is you could do all that. But what happens when you could go in and against a guy who just hit you with one shot. You don't know where you at. And shit, like a shark in the water with blood, is over with in a matter of seconds.
Listen, Bud is so dominant. He's been so dominant, bro. It's like it's so crazy. Like when fighters have a little bit of success against Crawford, like it just seems it's like, oh wow. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, hold on real quick. Hey y'all, the panel
He's been so dominant, it works like that.
Hold on real quick, y'all. Hey y'all, the panel is packed at the moment. If anybody trying to come out, they don't, they good for the day. Y'all can come out or whatever, but the panel's packed at the moment though. So Bo, you can come through, whoever.
No. Hold on. I don't mean to cut y'all, King David. I'm about to dip anyway because I gotta get ready to run these 3 miles in my little boxing class.
Oh, okay.
Salute panel, y'all. Take it easy. Don't kill all these Spence fans.
Be safe, folks. Enjoy yourself, man.
All right, AB. Take it easy, fam.
Yeah. Now also I could drop out and let somebody else cook too.
It's only one other person at the moment, so if you want to drop out, you can. But if not, we good. We at 6.
All right, just let me know.
Okay, cool. All right, so we got.
Hey, this Cash, by the way. Let me know if y'all want me to drop out too.
Okay, no problem. We good right now. We got 6. If somebody else want to come through, we'll announce it to the world. But we got somebody new in the panel. Bold and understand this, man. What's going on with you, fam? Long time no hear, man. How you been, bro?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Bold, what it do, fam?
Hey, what's up, C's?
What's up with you?
Chilling. Just been busy, man. Just work and everything, man. That's about it.
Yeah, man. We know how it go, bro. We know how it go. That life get the best of you, man. You turn around, it's Friday. You be like, shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just Monday. You know what I mean? It's all good though, man. But what's going on with you, man? What's on your mind? What you think about the topic? What you want to talk about, fam?
I don't know, man. I kind of already been past this whole Crawford and Spence thing, man, because I've been waiting for at least 4 years, and I kind of just moved on by it because to me, I think the fight is eventually going to happen, but I just thought this delay was by design. I didn't think Errol Spence wanted to fight Terence Crawford when he was smack dead in his prime. And whatnot. So now that Crawford is getting older, he turning 35 in a few months and whatnot, I guess Spence feels as though it's safe to come out and play finally. So this fight right now to me is more of a pick 'em fight due to Crawford is on the back end of his career. And I understand Crawford doesn't drink and all that other stuff, but at the end of the day, 35 is 35, and Spence, he does have a history of drinking, but at the end of the day, he still got that youth on his side and whatnot. So I just think it's more of a pick 'em fight. Whereas though before I thought Crawford would have obliterated him, but that's just me, man. I just feel frustrated, man. That's why when it comes to this, I don't even sweat it no more, man, because I know people say like the sign a contract and all that other stuff. To me, they just waiting for Crawford to slow down, man. That's how I see it, man.
Oh yeah, they've been waiting,
trying
they've been wishing and hoping.
He ain't gonna slow down.
Yeah,
but honestly, I feel like if they could, they would try to draw this out another 2-3 years, but they can't. I feel like at this moment, like if Bud if Errol don't fight Bud now, Errol is gonna have to fight Boots. He's gonna have to fight Keith Thurman. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you why I agree with that, because Bud is not interested in fighting nobody else. He ain't falsing Sean Porter, and he like, if I don't fight Spence, I'm not fighting. Like he's want this fight bad. So I agree.
Bud say if I don't get the Spence fight, I'm trying to move up and fight Jamel. Bud already said that.
He made it clear.
Do not forget he has the WBO super. Do not forget that. He can move up and immediately become mandatory.
Exactly.
Now, how do y'all feel about that fight playing out?
Which one?
I feel like that's a Mel and Crawford. I feel like honestly, Jamel has a better chance of beating Bud than Errol. And the only reason why I say that is because Mel is a little naturally bigger, but then he has more crack. See, Errol don't really have no one punch knockout power. So if Bud is gonna lose to Jamel, it's by some sort of flash knockout. You know what I'm saying? Versus Earl, he don't really have that type of power. So Earl is gonna have to try to outwork him, and you're not gonna outwork Bud Crawford. You're just not gonna beat him by outwork. If that's your only way to win, you're not gonna outwork him because he's gonna outwork you, and then he's gonna push you around, and then he's gonna outbox you. You know, and then he's gonna knock you out. So you know, I think that's a good fight. I still would favor Bud in that fight 70-30, maybe even 80-20 to beat Jamel. He would have to literally land something and hurt Bud in order to get him out of here. You know, but if the fight goes 12, Bud Crawford all the way. Also Bud Crawford by stoppage. You know, I done seen Jamel hurt a few times, you know, so
Yeah.
you know.
I'm with you all the way on that, King David. I'm with you on that. I feel Charlo has a much better chance than Spence does because he actually can crack. And it's crazy because his knockout ratio is actually not that high. That's why I always give Derek James his respect. He be saying a lot of dumb shit out his mouth, but at the same time, he is a really good trainer, man. He really is. He's a hell of a trainer because even the bull at 35, his style is the same way.
Frank Martin.
Once he went with Mel, Mel started getting knockouts left and right, and that's the only way that I see he can beat. Mel could beat Bud because Mel struggles with boxers, a guy who can move and box like we seen with main man at 54. I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now. Tony Harrison. Like he struggles with boxers. So I and we know Bud is a supreme boxer, but I still feel like Mel can crack him. And just because he's a big 154 pounder, bro. He could fight at 68 if he wanted, bro. Like that, he's a big ass dude. So he can catch Crawford with something, a big shot, and get him out of there.
Yeah.
But I would favor Bud in that fight. And another way I see Earl could possibly win that fight against Bud too is if we go to the cards and he get robbed. I'm gonna just be straight up with you. That's the only other way I could see Spence winning that fight, man.
Right, let me read some comments. Go ahead. Somebody gonna say something?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, let me read some comments real quick. I see a few people done joined us here. Wayne's World Podcast on here. He say my bro Cash on here. Okay, Cash, you done brought some support on here.
Oh yeah, that's my guy Wayne. That's my guy,
Okay.
my bro. Man.
Salute to you, Wayne. What's going on with you, fam? Salute to you, man.
Mind Over Man Podcast. That's my bro.
Okay, salute to the Mind Over Man podcast, man. Salute to y'all. Y'all go over there and y'all subscribe over there, man. All love over here. You know what I'm saying? Let me read some comments real quick. He say, Brooklyn Hayes say, I think Crawford is gonna put up a hell of a fight. I really do, but I think he gets caught and knocked out. But again, Brooklyn, Earl couldn't knock out Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying? And Danny Garcia.
Now, when I hear that type of shit, if Earl win by anything, it's gonna be by stoppage.
Right.
That's the only way. He don't have one punch power. He don't got that.
Nope.
Whoever
at all.
that is tripping. It's gonna be by
he hit Mikey with
working.
everything but the kitchen sink, bro.
Yeah.
He tried to knock Mikey out.
Even Ugas, the referee stopped it because of the eye. Ugas was still hanging in there.
He didn't even
How y'all feel about Boots? How y'all feel about a Boots potential matchup with Spence or Crawford, and who y'all think will win?
I say this. I think Boots is a bad style matchup for Errol. Really, both of them. It'll be a tough fight for him and Crawford, but then again, it's like with that fight, man, that's a very close fight because we all done seen if you can watch Bud. The guys he struggled with is guys who's patient and counterpunching. And Boots got a lot in his tool bag, man. You know what I mean? He can fight off his back foot. He basically Crawford 2.0, just bigger.
I agree.
So you know it'll be a tough. I think it'll be a tougher fight for Earl. But when he meets with Bud, it'll be a good clash.
I gotta see Boots at the elite level more to really judge. To be honest with you.
I want to see Boots versus Rashidi Ellis.
Yeah,
I want to see that too.
They need to go ahead and do that. They both young. Rashidi 24-0, I believe, and Boots 28-0, 29-0. So yeah, they need to go ahead and make that happen. I mean, shit, it ain't no use of marinating it. You know, they both fight on the Showtime network, so Yeah, make that happen, man. That'll be a good
Yeah,
test for
make that
Boots,
happen.
man.
Make that happen.
That'll be a good test for Boots, man, because this is probably the first time we see Boots with a guy who has just as fast hands on as him, or maybe even more, because Rashidi Ellis got blinding speed.
I was gonna say his speed. He got way more speed, but his speed is blinding, bro.
He's blinding, dude, real fast. But and like that's why I say with Boots got speed, but he also can time you. Could also fight off that back foot. Like I say, he can switch it up. He got a lot in his tool bag, man. And I just if anything, that's why I really want the Crawford and Spence fight to come on and go and pass, because it's time to pass the torch to the new era, man. I think Boots
got potential. I know his goals is to be undisputed at 3 weight classes. He said 147, 154, and 160. I think he could do it. I really do. I think he's that talented.
Oh yeah, he can easily do 160. Oh yeah.
I don't know about 47, man. He's still he's pretty big.
Well, no. Well, I'm speaking on of course Bud and Spence moving up, and then he basically just getting all the belts when they
that's true. But shit, who's to say he could last another year at that weight though, man? He's a pretty big guy, bro. He's a pretty big guy, man.
He fought at 140 in the amateurs, though. He fought at
140. But his discipline is crazy. Like, he's a boxing purist. He don't do nothing but box. Like,
Nah. I'm not saying like nothing like that. It's just he getting to that age. I think Boots should be 24, 25.
Yeah. Well, how old is Boots? Yeah, he like 24.
24, 25. You know what I mean? He getting older. I know he probably the same age as Shakur. Yeah, he getting older though, so he might have one more year left at that weight. I hope he get his belt, move up to 54, man. Because right now 54 is the golden era of this. I think of this era, man. That's where all the killers at.
Yeah, nobody acknowledged that. I be on Twitter and I was saying 154 is the best division in boxing because they all fight each other. Because they all fight each other. Not the most talented, but they definitely all fight each other.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say 47 to me is still the golden area.
I don't feel 54.
But the thing is that 47 ain't fighting each other.
Yeah, exactly. They all fight at 154, and I just realized that I was watching Lubin versus Rosario, and I'm like, damn, everybody really fight at this division. They all fight. Julian Williams, Gallimore, Fandora, Lubin, Charlo, Rosario, Charlo, Harrison. They all fight each other basically. Yeah,
that's why one fighter I have so much respect for is Lubin, because he took on that Mel challenge early in his career because he believed in himself. Yes, he got knocked out, but I was always a fan of that man.
But one thing about 54 though is all them dudes are PBC though.
That's the one thing PBC is doing right though.
They got all them dudes at 54 and they all fighting each other, which is good. But what happens when somebody like Bud moves up into that division? Will he be able to get all them fights?
Hey, I got a question. Hey, my man Waynesboro want to come up on the panel. I'll drop down if I have to. I want y'all to hear his takes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah. If anybody's not talking no more,
I'll drop off. It was
okay. All right, man. Hey, I appreciate you for coming on, fam. Till next time. You know what I mean? Okay, with Wayne's World, there's space on the panel for you, man. So if you want to come through, go ahead, come through, man. Here go the link. Who was it that just dropped off? Was that Lightspeed?
Lightspeed.
Okay. There go the link for you, Wayne's World. So if you're trying to come through, man, go on, come through. Let me read some comments real quick while we're doing that. My guy Brooklyn Hayes, salute to you, Brooklyn. He said, "I got to get back to work before I get fired." I hear you, fam. We don't want you to lose your job on here. Great chat, love the channel. I will be back. Appreciate that, fam. Appreciate that. Mr. Quick is in the building. Salute to you, Mr. Quick. He say, "I saw the clip where Earl was boxing after school. And then I started thinking, Bud been boxing since he was like, what, 8? Yeah, bro. Been boxing that long, man." Wayne's World says y'all too extreme on y'all takes, which makes y'all cap. Okay, so it's gonna be real interesting when he come on here. I'm gonna want to hear a full explanation.
Hey, this is my guy, right? Peep game. About a year ago, we was big on Porter versus Bud, and I kept telling him, bro, Bud is gonna make this fight look so easy. Like, y'all gonna be disappointed. I was telling him this, right? So the fight happened. He beat him. You know, he was like, "All right, yeah, Bud the truth." So when Spence fight Ugas, he just completely did a 180. Nah, Spence the best. And I've been telling him, I'm like, this how you know the difference between people that really know boxing and people that watch boxing. What Spence did to Ugas was not surprising to me. It did not shock me. It's Ugas, and while people acting like Ugas is a top competitor, he didn't become that guy until he beat an old ass Manny Pacquiao. Nobody had Ugas on their list to do anything incredible.
Say it again. Say it again. It's Ugas.
So when he beat him, I was like, okay. And first of all, don't think he gonna be able to do that to Bud. Bud has never been a sitting duck. He is super active. He gonna move around. He's athletic. He's not just gonna let you punch on him. No, it's not gonna happen.
He doesn't. Bud does not use his face to block punches, bro.
I think somebody in here.
Yeah.
What up?
All right, so we got somebody new that done came in here, man. Let me go ahead and bring them on correctly. What's going on? I see your name here is hold on. Let me. God damn it. Hold on. Here we go. And Mo, is this Wayne's World or is it somebody?
Yeah. What up?
What's going on with you, fam? Salute to you, man. Welcome to the chat.
What's good?
Or the chat. My bad. The panel.
First of all, Cash is cap, okay? Because I never switched on what I said, bro. So this is the thing. I don't like all the extra love that y'all trying to give Crawford, and y'all just totally disregard Spence and what he has done to niggas since he ain't been knocking niggas out for a while, but he been punishing niggas since the beginning of time. And I'm just trying to understand how, like, it's cool to hear about the tool belt that Crawford got, but what is he gonna do when he getting punched? That's what I want to understand, because everybody's acting like he's Mr. Unbreakable or something. Like all he's gonna do is unleash his 5 tools out the belt, and he just gonna make Spence look like a fool. And I don't buy that. Okay. I tell you this, he better learn how to duck. He better have every defensive tool that he got working, because he gonna get beat up like everybody else if he don't. Okay. We've never seen these two guys fight anybody to the caliber of each other. So I just don't like the fact that we can't just say we really don't know what's gonna happen in this fight.
But real quick though, I want to ask you this.
Let me catch that.
So what makes you say that Bud has never fought anybody to the caliber of Errol Spence? I'm curious. I need to know why you say that.
Because if you please, and don't tell me somebody over the hill. Don't tell me. I want you to name the guy who has the ability to do what Spence can do to him. Okay, we know Spence ain't been knocking niggas out in a while, but he is gonna be. We've not seen somebody that's made Spence back up to this point. Just the same, I don't care what nobody say. Crawford ain't been walking down nobody that really has the ability. Let's not act like we didn't. I'm gonna go back and tell you when I had questions about Crawford, even though I do think he is pound for pound number one. When I seen him fight David Benavidez's brother, that was not the top guy boxing in that ring until late. I was highly unimpressed by that, and that nigga was fighting on one leg.
Hold on. Let him finish.
Yeah. Let him
finish.
So I'm trying to understand. Yeah, you can try. You can try. But we know that the Benavidez brothers have that relentless style. And that's the same thing Spence is going to do, except he's going to be quite healthy and strong, and that's going to be a way more difficult fight for him. Period. Okay.
Hey, before you cook him, I just got to ask him a question.
Go ahead, Bo.
What caliber is Spence on? Because you said Crawford hasn't fought to the level of or the caliber of Spence. So what caliber do you consider Errol Spence on?
I don't think. I think they 1A and 1B. That's my point, though.
So who won B?
I think these guys are great for two different reasons, and it's a style clash because they both do two different things great. Even though people want to sleep on Spence like he can't box, and I agree with you. I went into the Mikey fight expecting for him to put that boy to sleep.
Real important comment here. Lightspeed say Porter made Spence back up all fight, but go ahead, continue, fam.
I don't agree with that at all.
All right, bro. You done making your point, bro?
Let him finish.
No, go ahead.
So you saying you had questions about him fighting Jose Benavidez, but need I remind you, bro, Jose don't fight like David. I hope you know that. Just because they in the same camp, they don't fight like each other. Jose has always been a good counter puncher.
Exactly.
So when you're fighting a guy who's 6 feet, very rangy, even though he wasn't as long as Crawford, he's rangy. Bud took his time with him. Now, yeah, granted, Benavidez could have did a little bit more, but he waited for Crawford to come in, and he kept waiting. So my thing is, you saying you wasn't impressed by that, but I ain't never seen nobody do no shit like that, beat a guy to the body, go downstairs, not come in the same way. You feel me? Took his best shot, which was a low blow. Let's keep that a buck, which was a low blow, but everybody said it was a body shot. But my thing is, he set Benavidez up the whole time. The shot he knocked Benavidez out with, he set him up with the whole time, and he didn't throw the punch the whole fight until the 12th round. So I just don't get how that wasn't impressive against a taller fighter. You look at
just to add on that, Benavidez had the height and reach advantage.
Nah. Benavidez didn't have the reach advantage. I think his shit was 72.
Oh, was the same.
Crawford shit 74.
Oh, Crawford 74, right?
Yeah, Crawford 74.
Right. Okay.
This is the so this is the problem with that, right? What's good for the goose got to be good for the gander. And so the same thing that you're going to give him credit for, you got to give the other guy credit for too.
Who?
So now he's this master tactician that goes in there and it's deliberate. He never threw that punch at no time in the fight. Spence don't get the same credit for that stuff.
But hold on. But
hold on. And mind you, let me say this.
But you can't base everything off of what you hear everybody else say. If you listen to what I was saying earlier, bro, I praised Errol Spence about what he's good at. You feel me? I'm not gonna sit up here and cap and say Spence can't knock Bud out or hurt Bud, because we done seen Bud get hurt a couple times. But my thing is this, bro, you gotta catch a motherfucker to hurt him. You gotta, and like I say, and wait for Spence to beat him. Spence gonna have to work, bro. This shit ain't gonna be easy. This not gonna be no Danny Garcia shit. This not gonna be no Mikey Garcia shit. This not gonna be no Ugas type shit. It's gonna probably play out similar to how Porter fought him, bro. Moving, making Errol Spence think. If you watch that, go back and watch that Spence and Porter, bro. Derrick James told him the whole night, hey, don't let him get on you. Once he get close to you, you take your half step back and you throw that punch that he knocked Porter down with. Earl was looking for that punch the whole night, bro. It's just he could not keep Porter off of him, bro. And that's what I was expecting from Earl to do, was to use his jab and move, but Porter negated that. But we're not gonna base that off. We're not gonna base that one fight off of his whole career. He's elite, bro.
Okay, let me ask you this. Go ahead,
come on.
So you just said that he was looking for a punch all night that Porter didn't give him. Was that based off of the fact that he threw the punch consistently and continually and he never landed the punch? Or was it the fact that, or was it the fact that the corner said it and then eventually it actually happened? See, that's my thing. Like, okay, I could go back and look at the Jose, Benavidez fight and say, oh, okay, he never threw that punch. I'm not even believing that. I think if there was opportunities there, Jose is still not one of the most elite guys that he's been in there with.
Maybe not though, bro. But maybe not. But you gotta understand, bro. You can't fight down to your competition, bro. The nigga is long, fam. He long, bro, 6 feet. So yeah, if I'm gonna try to come in and the nigga catch me with something and I get knocked out, I'm a fool. But what you saying is this though, and I feel what you're saying. Yeah, Derrick told him the whole night to do it. EJ tried to do it, but every time he did it, fucking Porter was on him, smothering him. You feel me?
And if we being honest, and it could be a cop-out question, a cop-out response to some, but it could be real life to others, is the fact that we really don't know what Errol Spence we gonna get.
Against who?
Against Crawford. We don't know what Earl we gonna
get. If I'm a betting man, it's gonna be 100%.
Hold on.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Are you making an excuse right now? You saying
no?
That's what I was saying.
I was trying to figure that out too.
It doesn't take away from what I think is gonna happen in the fight. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I think actually we're gonna get the best Spence we've ever seen. Based off of. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm saying you can't tell me that even the Spence that fought against Porter was at his best.
I think that's the best Spence.
So yeah,
I don't think so.
this is what I want to hear though.
Because
This is what I want to
he
hear.
fought Porter's game, and you never are supposed to do that.
But hey,
I'm
I'm gonna tell
tired
you
of
this.
hearing that,
I'm gonna
too.
tell you
I'm
this.
tired
No,
of
no, no,
hearing
no.
that.
No, that's a
One
fact,
thing.
though.
One thing. I can't say he fought his fight, bro. I don't like because me and the guy was talking about this shit yesterday on another channel. You can't say he fought Porter fight, bro. Porter made him fight his fight. Just like when him and Bud fought. Just how him and Bud fought, bro. Porter at first, I'm gonna give it to you like this. The first 3 rounds, Bud fought Porter fight because Porter brought the fight to him from round 1, bro. And then he adjusted to it, and it was just ring generalship the whole time. So what I'm saying is that Spence didn't fight his fight. He was forced into that shit, bro. Just like everybody else. Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, they fought his fight. Kell Brook, they fought his fight, bro.
Broner.
Okay.
AB, yeah, AB.
So my only thing about that is, so these guys be lying to us pretty much is what you're saying. So they
yeah, bro.
So they go, hold on. So they go in and they say, I'm gonna bring the fight to him. After the fight, they talk about it, and he's saying, this is what my plan was gonna be, which lines up with what he said from the very beginning. Now we all know Porter is a tough out, no matter who he fights. That's just who he is. Hall of Famer for
Salute,
sure.
stay out, Gene Philippe. Salute to you, fam.
But I can't say that man lied about that. Porter is just good at what he does.
But
that's just a fact.
But bro, I'm gonna just keep it funky with you. I mean, we got opinions, bro. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that's like me saying, oh, Bud wanted to fight Kavyaski, is how he fought him. Nah, nigga, once he got cracked, he got embarrassed, bro. So he fought that nigga fight. Yeah, but to say Errol Spence fought Porter fight, nah, bro. He got drugged into that shit, bro.
Right.
He got drugged into it, bro. Just like Bud got drugged into Kavyaski's, bro. Sometimes that happens, bro. Because I'm sure Derek didn't tell that nigga.
Also, here go the other thing too. Whose fault is that he got drugged into that fight?
It's the fighter's fault, Dave.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
No, absolutely.
So Earl's lacking. You know what I mean? So that the thing about it is that you mentioned, and we got to go back to what you said earlier, because you said that we had never seen Errol get backed up, but we saw Sean Porter back Errol up. So he was backed up though. But the moral of the story is this though, because when you came originally, you was like, well, y'all talking like Bud gonna just wash Errol, and I get that you feel that way, but when we look at Bud and we see that he stopped everybody at welterweight, and then we look at Errol and then we see that he struggled with 9 out of the 10 people that he's been fighting with. Struggled, you know what I mean? Nobody's been knocked out. He won the fights, but he struggled. He struggled with Sean Porter. He watched Danny Garcia, Kell Brook. He struggled with. So you see a pattern of that, but you don't see the same pattern with Bud Crawford.
Let me now. Is there any credit? And mind you, I don't think Spence is better than Crawford, right? I just think that people ride the train a little too hard. So my question is, when we look at the Porter fight, right? A nigga come in and make you fight his fight.
Yeah.
And you beat him at his fight. Does that mean anything?
I mean, listen, bro. He get his credit for beating him at his game. I will say that. But if we're gonna
wait, beating who at his game? Who he beat at his game?
Okay, look, listen, King Dave. If let's just say hypothetically, okay, if Earl fought his fight like that and he beat him, okay, cool. But the problem with that is though, Wayne's World. The problem with that is bro, is how he beat him, bro. Now, if I say it like this: if EJ would have went out and thrashed him, in a shutout 10-3, then shit, I wouldn't be having nothing to say right now. But
shit, he barely won the fight.
Hey, but honestly, here go the thing.
Who's winning before he knocked? Who's winning before he finished Porter?
But here go the thing. Here's the way that y'all got to look at this.
Talking boxing. You tell me.
But hold on. Here's the way y'all got to look at it though. If you saying that he fought Porter's fight, it's because he had no choice but to fight Porter's fight.
Exactly.
He had to.
Right. And
he didn't have no other options. He didn't have no other. He couldn't have got on his back foot and started moving like Bud Crawford. He don't have the skill set to do that. The only thing he could do is stand there and go head to head with Bud Crawford and rock him, sock him, robot each other.
And King Dave, keep it real with you, bro. My bad, C's. to keep it
No,
real
you
with
good.
y'all, bro, that was the. I ain't gonna lie. He made Porter think maybe more than Ugas, if you ask me, because Porter just wasn't willing to just go inside like he did. Of course he did. He landed some shit, but it wasn't kind of like how Ugas like the Ugas fight. Those two fights. Somebody got an echo.
Yes.
I say, but yeah, like those two fights, man. I think that was the most that Porter had ever thought. But it's just like Porter said, man. When you in there with Bud, man, like that shit is just mentally frustrating.
Porter even said this, man. Like,
yeah.
Cash Earl out his mouth said no one's ever done
But hold on, y'all. Like I say, I'm gonna give Earl his flowers. It's like Danny Garcia said in the interview that made sense. He was like, man, you know, when he was breaking down the Crawford and the Crawford and the Spence fight, he was like, man, you got one guy, man, Bud is hungry, man, and you know he got a lot in his tool bag, you know, and from fighting him, man, he got a mean streak. But when I fought Earl, you know, you know what you're gonna get, 100 punches around.
Right.
You know his gas tank is just impeccable. So if you're not in shape and in the best shape of your life, you're gonna lose, bro. In Wayne's World, that's what I tell you from. And like I say, Crawford is my favorite fighter, but I keep shit down the middle. If you put that his style with Bud's style, man, it's spontaneous combustion. It's spontaneous combustion, man. But I didn't see Bud fight that type of style, bro. I didn't see him fight an athletic. Hold on, an athletic Felix Diaz who came forward, man.
That was
Diaz
the first
was
name
athletic.
I was gonna say.
You know
hey, you know what the difference is between Sean Porter and Ugas is? They both fight on the inside, but Ugas does not throw anywhere near the amount of punches that Sean Porter throws. Sean Porter throws a lot of punches and bunches, just like Errol Spence. As a matter of fact, their styles are very similar. That's why it was such a war. You know what I mean? That's why Earl couldn't do nothing but do what Sean Porter did, because he does the same thing. Their styles are similar. You know what I mean?
Porter just don't got no power.
I just think Sean Porter gets more on the inside, even though he smothers his punches.
He smothered. Hey, Bo, I was about to say that.
Earl's a bit more skillful version of Sean Porter, but essentially the approach is the same. I'm going to outwork you. I'm going to throw more punches than you. I'm going to back you up, and that's how I'm going to win this fight. If I knock you down, cool. If not, cool. Go ahead.
Can I say one thing before we change subjects? Okay, somebody said that Bud has fought guys like Felix Diaz and, you know, basically guys that come forward. Devil's advocate. He was always the bigger guy until he got to 147. So, yeah, he probably fought people similar.
What about Sean Porter, though?
What
about Sean Porter and Kyle Velasquez? They're naturally bigger than him.
Exactly. And let's if we're gonna play devil's advocate, bro, you know, and I don't like doing this shit, but let's be clear, bro. Bud ain't fighting no lightweight since he been at 147, bro. It's been guys who fought at higher divisions, middleweight. You got Jeff Horn, who's probably at middleweight now. You got Benavidez, who fought at middleweight. Now he's fighting at junior middleweight. Amir Khan fought at 54. You know what I mean? Kyle Velasquez fought at a high weight class in the Olympics. And Sean Porter. So yeah, you can say that, but once he got the
but no, that wasn't my point though. My point was guys that come forward. So the point I was trying to make is, you said Felix Diaz. If you fighting a guy bigger than you coming forward, that's a different conversation. All those guys you named, they don't come forward like Spence. So I'm saying he's got to deal with somebody coming forward that's also
Sean Porter comes forward like Spence,
but he's not.
But like you just said, if Errol is a more skillful version, that just presents a whole bigger problem, because he actually gonna hit you with something that's gonna hurt you. Sean gonna make it muddy. Sean is gonna be relentless, but Sean ain't finna hurt nobody, and that makes a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude ain't breaking cheekbones and ribs for nothing. Ugas almost died, fam. Like, you can talk about how he was game all you want to. That man was in a big problem. He had a big problem, dog. Like, I'm glad they stopped it when they did.
Hey, fam, and that's what I'm saying, bro. You know,
Ugas also sits in the pocket without throwing punches,
and
that's his fault, right?
Yeah,
it is his fault. It is his fault. But you need to understand, there's a huge difference between somebody like Ugas and somebody even like a Sean Porter, who at least if he's in the pocket, he's throwing punches. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else who Earl fought, at least if they're in the pocket, they throwing punches. Ugas is like a guy who likes to count. He throws one punch at a time. He sits in the pocket with a high guard, and that's just a recipe to get hurt. I mean, honestly, he was a big ass, bald ass punching bag. Really, you know what?
King Dave, one thing I gotta say, I think now, bro, I tell y'all like this. If we was having this discussion, let's say when Crawford like maybe first came into the division, maybe probably after the Benavidez fight, I would be more worried about the size factor. But man, you gotta understand, man, this guy been at this weight, 5 years now, bro? If you look at pictures of this dude, bro, man, hey, bro, dude didn't filled up so great. So I think the size shit won't matter, bro, because no matter what Spence hydrate at, Bud probably gonna be right there, maybe a few pounds under.
Hey, you know what, D Young? There was an interview where Bud was doing where he was standing next to Demetrius Andrade, who's like a 160
I
pounder.
seen
And
that.
they was like the same size, fam. I was like, oh, they done
Talking
fucked up and let Bud grow into
You
this
talking
weight.
about the
It's
one
over.
with him, Danny, and
Yeah,
Andrade?
they was in
Bro,
Miami
them
at
niggas was
Canelo
big.
fight. And you know what I mean? That's where I think the size shit, I just don't think that's gonna come into factor, man, because Bud is a strong dude as well. You know what I mean?
And with that wrestling background, that shit really helps, bro.
Yeah,
It really
bro.
helps.
And like I say, I ain't never seen Spence get bullied. I ain't never seen Crawford get bullied. So the inside game for me is what I'm gonna be watching for. If Bud can tie Spence up, it'll frustrate him. But I think if he can't tie Spence up, it'll be an intriguing ass fight.
I get an edge to Spence on the inside.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, bro, for real. I'm not gonna cap on that and say Bud will beat him on the inside, but I would really be surprised, bro, if Bud take it to the inside and actually have a lot of success. That'll surprise the fuck out of me, bro.
That wouldn't
I'm not gonna
surprise
lie.
me. It wouldn't
But
surprise
see, that's why I don't understand why y'all say that though, because it seemed like niggas is almost like what Bud can't do. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, and on some just like he's impervious in the ring type stuff. And I'm like, if we look at it, he's electric with the hands. And that's the thing, like, where this is gonna tell the tale of the fight is because if he can hurt Spence early type stuff, then Spence is gonna be in trouble. Because if he can hurt him once, he can get him out of there. He's a dog like that.
Yeah.
But if he can't, or if he could, but if Spence can take that punch and throw a couple to the body and start breaking down that brick house, then it's gonna be a whole different dynamic. And I think that's what we don't look at.
But
say,
Wayne's World,
That's
that's basically what I was saying, bro. If on the inside, if he can't tie him up, bro, that's gonna be a huge problem.
Because this is my question to everybody.
What's
Can
up?
we really say that Errol does not have the real potential to outwork him? Not outspeed him, not out finesse him. I'm talking about just get in there and say, nigga, I'm gonna keep throwing these punches. I'm going two to the body, one up top.
That's his only way to win.
Yeah,
that's his only way to win.
Because let's be honest, bro. This is what we've seen him do. He's elite. We've seen him be in trouble against niggas. Like, not necessarily to be knocked out, but he's down on the cards, but the nigga just don't stop. And so I'm like, he gonna have to really hit Spence with something to make him back up on his own. Like, all right, let me regroup.
Basically, bro, you basically echoing what I'm saying, bro. The gas tank is bro. Bud probably never fought. I don't think Bud ever fought nobody with the gas tank of Errol Spence.
Yeah, Errol gas tank is
it's impeccable, bro.
Well, Sean Porter
got a gas tank, man. Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about throwing King Dave. Like, we talking about a guy who throw damn near 1,000 punches in a fight.
Sean Porter throw 1,000 punches in the fight.
Yeah, that's true.
But he don't got niggas ain't scared of Sean though. You see what I'm saying?
Look, I'm gonna tell you. The only real difference between Earl and Sean Porter really is that Earl is a more skilled version of Sean. So Earl is gonna
big ass difference.
He's gonna take his time. He's gonna set up his shots a little bit better. He's just a little more fundamental. He's fundamentally better than Sean, really. But their approaches are the same. Their approaches are the same. They both gonna try to outwork you. They both gonna try to outpunch you. They both gonna come forward. You know what I mean? They might take a punch to give two punches, but that's their style in a nutshell. And you know what the thing about it is, and this is why I'm gonna keep saying, Bud is gonna be able to figure that out. He's gonna be able to figure it out. You're gonna be able to adjust to it. Even though Earl's more skilled than Sean Porter, that's not saying much because Sean is a football player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Earl Spence a football player too.
Yeah.
Earl Spence a football player too?
But,
We got two football players in the ring.
One question, Wayne's World. Okay.
What up?
So now the key attribute to Spence's game is his jab, right? So my thing is, and this is what I always
and Spence has and Crawford has a problem with the jab.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now that's true. But you know what I mean? My thing is, what if he take the jab away? What's the next step?
Hold on, he got a problem with the jab when
that's a big if.
He only got a problem with the jab when he's orthodox. When he switched to southpaw, he don't have a problem with the jab. Let's be clear.
That's not a big if, bro.
I don't care who Earl Spence fight. That nigga is gonna jab the lights out of nigga. So you show me the nigga who didn't have a problem with the jab when he threw it. That's different.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. He's saying only with. I'm like with orthodox. I'm like nah, bro. He's got one of the best jabs.
Shout out to Fair Notice.
Behind Devin.
Shout out to Beige. Shout out to Sean T in the building. Salute to y'all, bro.
He's probably got one of the best jabs behind Devin Haney.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the body, it's him, it's Canelo. Like
nah, I put Better Be before Canelo, but go ahead.
Yeah, right, okay. Definitely. But I'm saying he's like when you talk about jab and body shots, Earl
sleep on Big Charlo jab.
You say what?
We sleep on who, bro?
Jab.
I didn't hear what Cash. What you say, Cash?
Say you sleep on Big Charlo jab.
People sleep on Big Charlo
I'm just
jab.
saying, like overall,
got
though,
a nice jab.
It's like okay, we could say there's not a guy more skillful than Crawford, but it's like. But when you got a nigga who can say he top 3 in some of the things that matter the most, if we look at that fight the other night, what was the fight we was watching the other night? With Frank. Frank was out there, nigga. Old buddy could take a punch, but Frank just kept working that nigga body, and it just slowed him all the way down. He was in mud boots. Yeah. And I'm saying that's the same. And I told Cash, I said, man, Derek got to be teaching that to perfection because that's gonna make a difference. So I'm like,
he's a hell of a trainer, man. He is.
So DJ
top 3 in the game right now.
I'll give him that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. When he can get there like that, even for Crawford, he gonna have to come up with something. He gonna.
But that's what I'm telling you though, bro. If you don't think, and like I say, the relentless body attack is the game plan, bro. But it's like you say, that's the game plan. But if that's what Spence gonna do, bro, you gotta understand it's straight punches versus looping punches. So if he go to the body, bro, he gonna have to expect that Crawford coming over the top with something, bro. That's why he told him you could try that body shot shit if you want to, because we know how Spence go down and he dip his head, even though he rolls, even though he do roll. I give you
try that body shot shit.
You know what I mean?
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Who's the better trainer? Who has the better trainer?
I can't say, bro. I can't say.
See, because he can say that, but Derek is just as great at adjustments as Bonac is.
Exactly.
And so that's why I'm
definitely
like,
got a better track record. Derek definitely got a better track
Yeah,
record.
he got.
I'm gonna be honest. Derek James is the better trainer, but the better fighter is Terence Crawford, so it don't even matter.
Well, I can't say he's a better trainer, bro. I can't say he's the better.
It don't matter because when they get in the ring, them trainers ain't gonna be able to save one of them niggas.
You can't discredit what Bo Mac did for Bud. Man, got the man a three division world champion.
I think it's like this though. I think it's like this. Derek James got a simpler style to learn than somebody like a Bud Crawford. So let me finish. So he got a simpler style to learn, right? So that's why it's easier for him to take fighters like dudes like Jermell Charlo and teach them his style. You know what I mean? What I'm gonna say too. So like as opposed to somebody like a Bo Mac, his style is a little harder to learn. Go ahead, what you was gonna say?
My thing, King David, is I'm gonna say not. Jermell came from Ronnie Shields with the boxing background, and if you ask me, he just finally starting to get comfortable with DJ. Man, the Castanos fight, I think part 2 was the best Jermell I've seen, bro. Because he didn't really do what he normally do with Derek, which was come forward and all that. He actually used his IQ and move around the ring and box. He didn't do that the first fight against
foot too.
Well, he did, but he did it, but he was hella like if you look at Jermell Charlo moving, like dude is real clunky with it. He not smooth with it at all.
That's he's real stiff.
Like
he's real stiff.
Like that got DJ written all over it. Right
that is
like Derek James to me, he's a great trainer, but I can't necessarily say he's really better than Bo Mack, and I can't say Bo Mack is necessarily better than him.
Right. I can't say either way.
You got to look at the pedigree though.
Now, I mean,
if we're gonna go track record, DJ definitely has a better track record. He has a better credentials.
Who's another nigga he got working like Terence? Like you gotta that matters.
I mean, you gotta think he took
Jamel
like
Terence, bro.
Yeah, Jamel.
He took Jamel won a belt with him,
motherfucker.
So they both got 2 champions, bro.
And now he's working with Keyshawn Davis.
David said it he hit the nail on the head, fam. He hit the nail on the head. Derek James style, he got this simple, you know what I'm saying? The simple style. You gotta think, and I give Errol Spence his credit because he started boxing at 15.
Yeah.
And look how good far he got. So I give him his credit for that. It's a simple style to learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Errol Spence was already a body puncher before he got to Derek James.
Yeah.
Remember, Errol Spence used to train with those Mexicans down there,
and he used to train with Barry Hunter.
Yeah, that's why I think somebody. That's why I think like AB, like Adrian Broner, he should go train with Derek James because that's an easy style to learn. He can take his ass down to 135. You don't think so?
No,
I think Adrian Broner do good with Derek James, man.
No.
Adrian Broner
needs to find a different career.
No. You need to stick with Mike Stafford.
Yeah. Why you say that though?
Because King Dave, he's not the Derek James type of fighter, bro.
He's not disciplined.
Because look, Derek gonna get pissed off when he see an opening. All right, Adrian, swing, and he don't fucking swing. You gotta let your hands go.
I think any trainer get pissed off.
That's not his style.
You can say what you want about Errol before the accident and even up to the accident, but when them niggas in there, they're disciplined. Like, and that's why what I was gonna say to Cash is like it does. That's why the training does matter because if he can, like, once he get in the ring, he got to make it happen. But if he put the game plan in place, then if Errol can stay disciplined, it's gonna make all the difference in there. You know what I'm saying? Because Terrence gonna throw a wrench in there because he's just that dynamic with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So both of these niggas is talking about because like it's like this, you know. Even if you go back to when I stop them, they gonna say too small and this and that about blah. It's like, man, all that stuff sound good till you get in the ring with a nigga and he actually hit you with a body punch or a nigga actually really touch your chin.
Yeah.
Like it's just different. So I'm like, the game plan is really gonna be what makes this thing actually work or not.
Yeah.
I agree, but I also feel like when these two niggas get in the ring, this is a grudge match. They've been going at it for years. That game plan shit is only gonna matter for so long.
Hey, and look, I don't put too much stock into it, bro. I heard one person say one thing, and I heard another one say another thing. I heard on Bud Crawford in his relentless little thing before I think that was before Kell Brook or whatever. I heard him say, "Hey man, look, in boxing, I signed up for this, so I know what I'm getting into. And if we in the fight, man, I'm willing to go out on the stretcher. I'm willing to die in that bitch." Errol Spence said, "I ain't willing."
He said, "I ain't willing to die."
But
I got 3 kids.
I'm not gonna put too much stock into that shit, though. Bro.
I ain't putting much into that either.
But look, but Wayne's World, you gotta think.
That
you gotta think of
is
this
a mindset thing, though, for real though.
Hey,
I'm gonna tell you why I don't. I'm gonna tell you why I don't.
One more thing, Wayne's World.
Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
I remember Errol Spence said this in the interview too. He was like, "Look, man, I got it's just one of 3 things in a fight. It's either A, I'm gonna dominate you. Either B, we gonna have a good fight, and if you beat me, I'm gonna just amp the pressure up on you and beat you up." I heard him say that.
Salute Douglas Wallace in the building. He say, "I don't care what Bud do. These Errol sexuals never give him credit. Don't understand those dudes."
But yeah, go ahead, Wayne's World. You good?
Shoot.
Yo, I'm surprised. What's the name come through yet? You know, he always defending Errol Spence and whatnot.
Oh, knockout.
Yeah.
and to be clear, Cash, I had to break it down to him. I said I never was the biggest Errol fan. I felt like he was overhyped for the most part. But when we look at, I think it's a few pivotal things that
You
stuck
still
out
right.
to me.
You still right.
I think it's a few pivotal things that stick out to me. Like, I really don't want to hear nothing else that Danny Garcia got to say about what he think about any one of the fighters. When you could say you knew what you were going to get in the ring and face, you were begging to get in the ring with Errol, and you barely won 1 or 2 rounds.
He's begging to get
Nigga was
paid.
not close to 100%.
He wanted a payday, man. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
and not just that, King Dave. See, I use that same theory for Bud and Kell Brook. Danny Garcia had damn near a year to train for that fucking fight.
Yep.
A year. So it's no excuses why he got his ass whooped. He just got his fucking ass whooped.
Exactly. But to me, to see
Salute
Errol
Alicia
step in there,
Felton in the building. Salute to you.
for me to see Errol step in the ring under that, like that being his first fight back and whatever, that spoke a lot to me. Like, that was like, okay, maybe he actually got, because I was nervous about that fight, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I'm like, okay, Danny no look hook, all that stuff. You know, Danny knocking niggas out. He got in there and he was a robot. That nigga could not move. He had no feet. Nigga, that hook was nothing. It didn't mean nothing to a nigga who could game plan for that and see it coming from a mile away in the ring. So I'm like,
I got a question. Let's say this fight don't materialize. Who legacy takes the hardest hit?
Errol.
Oh, yeah, that's easy. That's
I think
easy.
Errol. I think Errol too.
That's easy. It's Errol, bro.
I think Errol.
Yeah.
Only because of what they've done against similar competition. Like he's like dominated the competition in a different way than what Errol has done. That speaks volumes to real. And plus, when all of the Hall of Famers already say they would take him anyway.
Hey, let me go around the panel and ask this question. I'm gonna start with you, Aunt Mo, or Wayne's box. Start with you.
What's up?
Do you think Errol Spence has been ducking Bud Crawford up until now?
No, I don't. And Derek James has said it.
Hold on. Before you get explanation,
go ahead.
I'm just gonna go around the panel and ask.
My bad.
C's, do you think Errol Spence has been ducking Bud Crawford up until now?
Without a doubt.
Oh man. Cash, do you think Errol Spence has been ducking Bud Crawford up until now?
I think he's been strategic on when he wants to fight. When he wants to fight, but he knew he didn't want to fight him when he been calling him out. So yes, I think strategically he has been trying to plan this fight to happen at a certain time. So you could chalk that up to he been ducking my nigga. Like, it is what it is.
I'm like, we ain't gonna say it. He trying to sound like politician and everything. Like that.
The reason why I don't want to just say ducking altogether is because I do feel like he wanted to fight him in some way, but he like, if I don't have to fight the nigga, then it's cool. Like, but I think I would do it because it's like the right thing to do type shit. You feel me? But if he had an option, he would definitely choose not to. But he say he a boxing purist and he love boxing and he respect the sport, so he knows the right thing to do.
I hate you niggas, man. I hate you niggas, dog.
It's so much evidence. Peep game. It's so much evidence to back it up, though. It's so much evidence,
bro.
Tell me, answer me this: when did this fight matter more now than it ever has? Tell me, when did this fight matter more?
Hold on. Before we open back up, let me ask everybody. I ain't asked everybody yet. Bo, do you feel like Errol Spence has been ducking Bud Crawford up until now?
Oh, 100%. 100%, man. I mean, that's why I'm just like so past it now, because I'm like so upset because I'm like, this fight should have been happening.
God damn. Okay, and then D Young, man, same question to you, fam.
I preside with the jury. Yes.
So y'all.
Okay, now we open on up.
Let me ask you this.
What up?
When we talk about generational talents, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about niggas like Tyson and Mayweather and Pacquiao, those dudes, or Canelo even, those guys are gonna sell and they're gonna make their money. Their fans are gonna show up. It's gonna be a big deal no matter when these niggas fight. Am I right or am I wrong?
You wrong. That just happened with Mayweather during Mayweather era. You wrong.
Salute to my guy Knockout
did
Boxing
Mayweather?
86 TV.
What
Hold
are
on
you
real
talking
quick, y'all.
about, nigga?
Hold on real quick. Salute to my guy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, man. Y'all be sure to subscribe to the homie, man, over there at Knockout Boxing 86 TV.
Here you go.
He say, man,
Here you
hell
go.
no, y'all lost me. Salute to you, fam.
Oh,
prior to
shit.
Bless your
Mayweather,
heart.
niggas
Bless
was
your
fighting.
heart. Like your grandmama used to say, bless your heart. Bless
Hey,
your heart, young man.
Wayne's World. To go back to your first question that you asked if this fight did the fight have a buzz back then or now, bro? I think it really didn't even matter, bro. I mean, shit. After that first confrontation that they had in Oklahoma City, bro, everybody started asking about it. You feel me?
Hey,
It was definitely polarizing for sure.
Who asked the question about who has Spence been ducking? But who asked that question?
King David.
King David, can you go around and ask the panel? Is Canelo Alvarez ducking David Benavidez the same exact way? Can you do that?
Oh, I ain't got no problem with that, fam. I don't know. Hey, okay, let's start with you, Bo. Do you feel like Canelo Alvarez has been ducking David Benavidez?
I don't know, but I know who
That's
he
a harder
has been
question,
ducking.
though. That is definitely a
No,
harder
it ain't.
question. I'll
No, it
say
ain't.
that. It's harder than the Earl
No, it
question.
ain't.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I know who Canelo has been ducking, but you know.
Yeah.
Who answer it then? Who you think you been ducking?
Oh, Andre, man. Andre.
Absolutely.
Like a whole decade. You know what I'm saying? He's been ducking that man for a whole decade.
Absolutely.
Hey, hold on, real quick, y'all. Hey, I got my guy Amatis here, but Amatis, man, the panel's full at the moment, fam. So if
No, I'm gonna
anybody
jump
want to
off.
meet,
This is I'm gonna jump off. I gotta run up the street with my kids real quick. If you still on, I'm gonna jump back on to that school.
okay, yeah, no problem. Okay.
All right, I'll be back.
All right, fam, no problem.
All right, y'all.
Peace, C's.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.
All right, cool. Okay, continue what you were saying. Then I'm gonna let my guy Modest. I'm gonna let him cook. Go ahead, y'all.
Oh, the question about Canelo?
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna have to go with yeah.
Okay, only reason why I asked that question is because Ant, I think you feel like Canelo ducking David Benavidez, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's the only reason why I asked, because it's like
He definitely ducking that nigga. And I didn't think so at first. But
my point is, how can you feel that way, but you don't think it's possible that Spence been ducking Crawford, and they got way more history.
I'll say it this way. Because Canelo is far and beyond above those niggas. Like, he is like the guy, bro. Like, everybody and their mama is looking to fight Canelo, bro. But the niggas who watch boxing, they know who the real niggas is who pose the real threat. So we watch nigga, if you watch Boo Boo, nigga, if you watch David, nigga, if you watch Charlo, nigga, you know the niggas who could possibly pose the biggest threats to this nigga. And it's like, you'll fight all these other niggas, you'll get all these other paydays, but you won't fight this nigga. And he got the belts. That's number one. If we look at Spence and we look at Crawford, bro, these niggas, that matters. That still matters for them to have these belts. And if you look at what Derek said, he said the plan always was this. Nigga, I'm gonna get all these belts and then I'm coming for yours. Whoa. But we can see all the stuff that's detoured and to make it take longer. If a nigga had an eye injury and a nigga fell out of a freaking Ferrari and all this other stuff, that also puts a damper on the situation. Now we go back to that video where they had the run in. That's a polarizing video, absolutely. So we automatically started thinking like, man, what would that be? But it still doesn't equal as big as he didn't walk down all the competition that you done fought. You still punishing niggas in the ring. You got all these belts, nigga. This is the biggest time that's worth it for them. It don't matter to me. I don't think it matters that Crawford is 34, finna be 35 or whatever, bro. That nigga is just different. And it ain't to say that Father Time ain't gonna catch up to that nigga, but he's just special like that. So I think that the fight, I don't think it's that he was ducking, but we know that in boxing, the pure fans are the pure fans. That's not gonna equal to when you can get niggas like Pacquiao and Mayweather fighting and the nigga making $100K a minute or $100K a second, whatever that stupid number was that was. Them niggas was just up there at that level to where niggas who don't even really know that much about boxing, they just know Mayweather black and that he great. so they want to see him beat Pacquiao because that nigga from the Philippines. They don't got that type of star power behind them. So it always makes sense for them to build it up to that.
I kind of disagree with you with.
Okay.
That get all the belts first wasn't always the plan. That wasn't even the plan, even at the time when Terence Crawford stepped to him. That wasn't even the plan, even when Errol Spence beat up Mikey Garcia, who had no belt, and he was a lightweight.
Mm-hmm.
Errol Spence wanted to fight Jeff Horn, who wasn't on that side of the street. So why, when Crawford get that belt, all of a sudden, like a whole year later, the plan is to collect all the belts on my, And
I'm gonna tell you, I'm a piggyback off why that wasn't always the plan either, because he always wanted to fight Manny Pacquiao too, and Pacquiao didn't get a belt until he beat Keith Thurman. He been trying to fight Pacquiao, Errol Spence, so he was willing to fight Pacquiao.
They both wanted to fight him.
Cool. Yeah. They both did want.
They both wanted to. They wanted that money.
Did want to fight him.
But one nigga wanted to fight the other nigga though, so that's the point. Yeah, they both wanted to fight Pacquiao, but also one nigga wanted to fight both of them niggas. The other nigga didn't want to fight.
But to keep it funky with y'all though, they both missed their opportunities to be stars. Is what we all know with Terence Crawford, but another thing we don't talk about is, man, that I don't know if this was in 2016 or 17. I think Earl had the belt. I think he had an opportunity to fight Miguel Cotto. I think that could have catapulted him to being a star.
Yeah.
I think they both did miss on their opportunities from fighting. Because I think Spence could have beat Cotto, especially at that age. And I think Spence might have been
Spence a star though. I don't know. I feel like Spence was a star though.
Man, Cotto was slugging niggas too though.
Hey man, Cotto had that. Yeah, Cotto had that crack.
Cotto. That's the only time I saw Mayweather not be so pretty.
Hey,
I was like, God dang.
He was catching Floyd with some of them shots, man. Yeah, definitely. So yeah,
I agree though. I think Errol, because Errol can. I mean, niggas from the D-town, from Fort Worth, Arlington, whatever. But nigga, he packing out AT&T. He really like that. That's not a small feat. You know what I'm saying? Like Errol definitely got the star power.
I mean, being from Texas is a market in his own right. You know what I mean?
I think we just so used to Mayweather's star power that we subconsciously compare it. But I do think Spence is a star. I don't think Bud is a star. I think he is the best boxer in boxing. I think he is the best. I do, but I don't
because that's all he care about, right?
Yeah, but I don't think star power that a lot of guys got. But I also think he's the fucking best. Now I think Spence is a star. Whether I like it or not.
I mean, they both. If they both stars, I mean, you can't be the pound for pound.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? They both stars.
But realistically,
I just think Spence got more of a popular. He being from Texas, bro. His fan base.
If you ask the casual,
he got Jerry Jones backing him up. That's the only difference.
I don't think the casuals. If you asking a casual, bro, I don't know if they know either one of them.
I think they know Spence.
They don't.
I think they've heard something about Spence. I do.
Hey, y'all, hold on real quick. We finna wrap it up, man. We done been on here by 3 hours and 41 minutes. Goddamn. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. I'm gonna let y'all give y'all closing thoughts, man, and then we gonna close up shop, man, till next time. You know what I mean? Bo and Understands, man, on you, bro. Closing thoughts.
Man, it's a good chat, man. Nice debate we having. At least it wasn't one of those Lenore type of debates and shit. But yeah, man. Respect to everybody on the panel, man.
Salute, Bo. Salute to you, man. Okay, on you, man. Modest, man. And you ain't even really get to really cook like that, fam. But on you, Modest, closing thoughts, man, or remarks. Not even closing, just remarks. Shit.
To answer the question you put, I don't think Bud gonna get credit if he beat Spence, because I feel like they'll use the excuse of the accident and all that nonsense. They don't give him credit for his resume now. So why would they give him credit for beating Spence? What you said earlier too, I don't think Canelo ducking Benavidez. You don't fight Bivol to duck Benavidez. Benavidez would be a more winnable fight for Canelo. And I disagree. I
disagree.
I don't disagree.
Benavidez will stop that, man. Go ahead.
Benavidez stop Canelo?
I think he'll stop Canelo.
Absolutely.
I think
walk that nigga down.
I think it'll be more intriguing than Bivol.
Yeah, Bivol will beat him.
Benavidez ain't gonna try to outbox him. Benavidez
There
gonna
you
walk
go.
him down
And I
and
think,
stop him.
hey, King Dave, and I think that'll give Canelo some opportunities.
Yeah, like I think you've never visibly seen Canelo hurt, so I don't even see why you would.
I have.
Well, nah, Bivol was kind of hurting him, bro. Mentally,
Bivol had that nigga looking like he had heat exhaustion.
Yeah, more mentally than physically, but that nigga was hurt.
Bivol would stop him if they fought again and he pressed the action. But
yeah, absolutely.
he didn't hurt him to the point where you say, oh, he's wobbly or he dazed or nothing. You could see that Canelo he fight a true 175 pounder. But like you were saying, I think because of David Benavidez's style, Canelo's best attribute to me is his body punching. So you know, I don't know, but to answer the other part, I disagree with the Star comment. I don't want to take up too much time. I disagree with the Star comment because even though Spence is from Texas, they're still giving out tickets his last fight. They were still comping tickets his last fight. So and yeah, so
I want to get one free. Groupon.
Right. So and then the same thing. I agree with Bud, not a star either though. I've said this before, Bold and Dave. You heard me say this before. It's only like 3 or 4 stars. That's Canelo. That's Joshua. That's shit. Matter of fact, probably like 2, 3 stars.
Fury.
And that's the thing about it. If you're gonna label one, you got to put them both in the same boat in that category.
Yeah, because they need each other. Like what y'all was saying earlier. Somebody was saying earlier that they could have been stars. They could still be stars. It's called do interviews. It's called not be born during your interviews. It's called promote yourself. It's plenty of people that created Mayweather created his buzz because of him talking. Yeah. He didn't create his buzz because of his fights. He was fighting a decade before he fought Oscar De La Hoya. You know what I mean? So once he got that fight, he took full advantage. And Spence's and Bud, they both ain't the most interesting people to watch in the interview. If we all being honest, like they don't do enough.
Not at all, bro.
Yeah, so
I almost fell asleep on Bud one time.
But that's all I gotta say though. I will have a lot more to say, but I ain't gonna take up too much of your time, David.
Oh, good man.
I will say this though. I do kind of agree with Amadis about the whole David Benavidez. The only reason why I say that because the opponents David Benavidez fighting, it's like I don't know, man. So I can't really give him too much credit for. You know what I'm saying? And he got somebody like, outside of Canelo that want to fight him like Andre, you know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like, I don't think they're taking that serious, or at least his manager ain't taking it serious. And that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know if Canelo is scared of David Benavidez or not.
Look, the master sleight of hand can make you, you could go into a room and act like a nigga don't matter when a nigga definitely matters. So
But Jamel let the cat out of the bag. They on the PBC side, the plan was the blackball Andre. So if he get any of them fights, I'd be shocked, honestly. They don't have no incentive to make the fight, honestly. It ain't gonna bring them money. It ain't gonna, you know what I mean? So what's they rush to get Andre the opportunity to beat one of their fighters or beat a couple of their fighters? Because I think Andre would beat Charlo, of course. I think he had a good chance of beating David too. But why would they feed them to Andre?
Because this is the thing. Andre is high risk and low reward, and they just basically trying to freeze him out until he gets to like a certain age, and then he finally feel brave enough to get in the ring with him.
But Bo, $7 million ain't a low reward when you never made it.
No, I agree. But
you know
the
what I'm saying?
Like because Andre is not a name to the casuals, they're gonna hide behind whatever promoter and politics that they can before they decide to get in the ring with Andre. I think, truth to be told, they wait for Andre to slow down in his performance, and then they'll be ready to fight him.
But when people say that, I don't get that. None of them are stars. When they say Andre in the name, Charlo's on the pay-per-view together that didn't even do 100,000.
Flopped.
You see what I'm saying? So when people use that argument, I just don't understand that. Like,
it's all good. We're gonna keep it moving though, because that could turn into a long conversation. Okay. My guy Cash, on you, fam. Closing remarks.
Got a few things I'm gonna say. How often do y'all do this?
Well, this has been the first live I done did in probably like a good month or so, bro, to be real with you. But I'm gonna start doing them more often. Wednesday is my day. I still haven't fully solidified a time yet, but I'm thinking like Wednesdays around 3. You know what I mean? I'm gonna start doing these things. You know what I mean? And doing it like
That's
that.
cool. Because I've been subscribed to the channel, but I've been so damn busy. I just kind of seen it. Just came across my timeline today. I'm like, let me see what these niggas talking about. Here we are. But
Yeah, bro.
my goals, not mine, but my goals as far as what I wanted to see happen this year or the next couple of years, I want Bud to fight Spence. And I really do hope that this happens. I think he's gonna beat Spence, and I honestly think he's gonna go with the 154, and he's gonna beat Jermell Charlo. And I think that's what it's gonna take for people to give him the credit that he deserves. To answer your question, so no, when he beats Spence, he's still not gonna get the credit he deserves. But when he goes to 154 and beat Charlo, then he's going to get the credit he deserves. And I'm gonna put him in my top 5 all time as soon as that happens. Matter of fact, if he beats Spence, he's going to my top 5. It is what it is.
Shit,
Undisputed in weight class.
They probably won't give him credit for beating Charlo.
I'm gonna give him credit if he beats Spence, because people have been saying that he can't do it.
It's gonna be a tough route.
Yeah.
Undisputed in 2 weight classes. That's some video game shit right here.
Then if you go 3, and then the guys you beat.
3.
That'll be 3.
Oh my God.
That's
I mean, you got, not only is that video game shit, but that's video game shit where you got too much time on your hands, where you just binge that shit night after night. You know what I mean? That's some real shit right there.
And I appreciate the channel. I'm gonna tune in on a regular. Me and my guy, and we love boxing. We sit on the phone for hours and talk about this shit, bro. So this was like perfect for us. But yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Oh yeah, you in the right place. Oh yeah, appreciate that, fam. All right, D Young, man, you the last up, man. Closing remarks.
Man, yeah, always good chopping it up with your king, Bo. Good chopping it up with the new fellas, Wayne's World and Cash. Modest, I think this is the first time I met you too, man. Good chopping it up with y'all boys, man. It's always good talking about boxing, man. You know what I mean? And I definitely want this fight, but I've been one of the ones who said it ain't gonna happen, and I'm gonna stick with it. But I believe it until they get in the ring, bro. And it's just all this drama that's been going on these last couple years, and I do think Spence wants to fight now. Back then he was moving kind of funny with the bullshit.
Ain't no kind of funny. Ain't no kind of funny.
He was moving funny. But I think he wants it now, man. And just by that interview with Espinoza saying he feel confident that it's gonna happen. So I guess that's meaning that they're gonna try to get these boys what they both willingly deserve. Because it's like I say, I hear rumors that Bud asking for more money. And for rightfully so, he should, bro. I left my promoter to come over here. Y'all not gonna lowball me on no shit. And if he get a good guarantee, Spence gonna get the same thing, man. So I just hope these guys, the suits, get this shit cracking, man, so they can give us the biggest event in boxing that we didn't had in a while. So that's my thoughts on it.
So that's what's up. That's what's up, man. Hey, man. So I'm gonna just give my closing thoughts, and then I'm gonna just wrap this thing up, man. So just back to the topic. If Errol Spence and Bud Crawford get in the ring, will Bud get the credit that he deserves? I'm not so sure, man. I'm not so sure that he get the credit that he deserves for beating Errol Spence, considering all the slander he's gotten over the last few years about his resume, about people who have accomplished more than Errol Spence, about undefeated Olympians, undisputed championship runs, things like that. I'm not sure Bud gets the credit that he deserves from beating somebody like a Errol Spence Jr. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna leave y'all on this note, man. Hopefully the fight happens and we can see for ourselves whether or not Bud will get the credit that he deserves. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me just make sure I shout out everybody who was able to come through and show your boy a little bit of love out here on these boxing streets. My guy Napoleon Armstrong, Fair Notice, Light Speed. You know what I mean? Of course, my guys on the panel, Cash, D Young, Bo. You know what I mean? Knockout Boxing 86 TV out there on the chat. You know what I mean? Fair Notice, Beige, Modest. You know what I mean? Alicia Felton came through. You know what I mean? Appreciate you. Tay, Douglas Wallace. You know what I mean? Mr. Quick, Sean T. You know what I mean? Who else we got? Shoot. My guy, extra casual fragilistic, super casual fragilistic XB Doja, salute to you, fam. Salute to everybody who was able to come through, man. Show your boy a little bit of love, man. I appreciate all y'all. By the way, and I announced this at the beginning of the stream, but I'll say it again. I hit 1,000 subs maybe like a month ago, fam, and now I'm at like 1,500 subs. So salute to all my subscribers, all my new subscribers, all my day one subscribers, like Bold, my guy AB. I forgot about AB, my guy AB. You know what I mean? Dudes that just been supporting the channel from day one. I appreciate all y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? And until next time, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.
King Dave.